On the pod, we have Michael Daly, rocket scientist. We talked about a lot of things, how rockets work, the space debris problem, how satellites stay in orbit. I kind of knew they fall out, but how do they not fall out the sky? It's crazy. And I also asked some more, let's just say, niche questions. Where the fuck are the aliens? Where are these cunts? That's my question to you.
All right, well...
Nuclear power. Could it be feasible that you make a nuclear-powered rocket?
Explain to me what the fuck you mean by that. That's a fantastic argument. You just blew my mind with that argument.
We did some magic.
That's a mean trick, bro. I
bad,
feel good inside. I'm happy. I got a smile on my face.
And it was all around a great time. I hope you enjoy it. Michael Daly. Michael, welcome back on.
Cheers.
You're one of the very few lucky people to be back on the show, broadcasting to all 2,000 subscribers.
Well, yeah, it's a pleasure.
But after today, it's going to be 2 million, so don't worry about it. It's gonna pop off like that rocket.
Magnificent.
Norok. All right. So last time, I got you on to talk about space and whatnot, and got a bit unhinged, and I think we talked about everything but. I know we talked about a couple things, but yeah, it's you're just a good conversationalist. So I wanted to actually get some shit down because I was like, I missed an opportunity to ask some questions I wanted to ask. So first of all, can you explain to me, like I'm 5 years old, how a rocket works?
Oh shit.
All right. Like just the 101, rocket 101.
Okay, 5-year-old.
Uni course for 5-year-olds.
Uni course for 5-year-olds. Okay. All right. Well, I can explain it. I'll choose one way of explaining it, right? So the way that we've worked and a lot of other companies work is that we have 3 stages. So we have 3 parts of the rocket, technically. So that we have a stage 1, which is the big, longest part of the rocket, right? Which you usually see causing all the fire at takeoff, right? So it's where all the fucking loud noises and shit comes from. All the engines are there. That's where the most energy you need to have is in that stage 1. Has the most fuel, all this kind of stuff. So that's why it's huge, because you have to overcome the tremendous energy of the gravity and trying to pull all this mass up into orbit.
I was going to ask, so is that part just like a big giant fuel tank, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's got a bunch of engines on the bottom of it, right? Yeah. So, and then once you get to a certain altitude, your engines start becoming less efficient, and that's because of there not being as much pressure. But we'll just keep it at that. And then we go into stage 2. So we drop the stage 1. And then the stage 2 ignites.
So is that just purely like the weight being still attached to the first stage, or is it like a different type of fuel or something?
Well, it's a combination. So our stage 1 at that point has done most of the work to get us into an orbit.
Yeah.
Right. And at a certain altitude, your engines stop being as efficient because there isn't as much gas and pressure.
Right.
And if you remember what vectors are, it's basically when you're in atmosphere and you're shooting all this fuel out the bottom, you have gas or pressure keeping your fuel going opposite of the direction that you're trying to go.
Gotcha.
Right? So basically what you're trying to do is, if you've ever had a hose and put your finger over it, you feel that pushback. That's the fundamentals of rockets. But once you get a little bit higher into space, basically that pressure that you're pushing from your hose starts splitting out sideways. So you don't feel that pushback as much. And so you stage for a number of reasons.
Is that kind of like having a jet underwater versus a jet above water? Is that like similar or not really?
Oh, I'm not too sure actually. I have to think about that.
I'm just thinking I feel like there probably is more things to push off in the water, whereas
pushing off is another thing. But this is mainly just trying to keep the plume or the fire coming in the opposite direction of where you're going. And then the stage 2 is usually designed. I'm not sure if you Google any kind of stage 2 engine, you'll see a bigger cone out of the engine, so the nozzle will be bigger and longer, and that's basically just to act like the atmosphere and try and push more of that mass down. And yeah, so that's why we stage. And
is there a different fuel for each stage or no?
No, well, for us, for Rocket Lab, it's the same.
Okay.
But I think I don't know why you'd change it because stage 1 and stage 2, at least for most companies, you have the same engine.
Right.
So for Rocket Lab, and this is publicly known as liquid oxygen and kerosene, which is a very standard mixture of fuel. It isn't for our type of rocket. We have a composite shell rocket, which composite and cryogenics don't typically go together. But yeah, for most companies, it is very much just the same engines. But again, as I said, our nozzle or that kind of bell shape that you see changes, and that's just to account for differences in atmosphere and pressure.
Right.
But that's not really a 5-year-old explanation. So
I mean, the 5-year-old explanation. So I don't know if the ELI5.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it became a thing on Reddit where it's like explain to me in the simplest way possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'm
it's
asking
kind of
leading
hard.
questions as well.
It's kind of like just trying to dip my toes into something else, see if you're feeling it. But basically, yeah, you have 3 stages. Your first stage is to get you do the workhorse, get you out there. Your stage 2 is to try and get you a little bit better positioned into your orbit because you're aiming for a certain height or end position. And then your third stage, so that second stage will then drop off again, which is slightly smaller than the stage 1, and then you'll have your third stage, or what's called like it's like the space systems, or it's like actually a satellite,
Right.
And that typically has a different fuel. And
Wait, so you're saying the rockets that shoot up satellites, part of the rocket itself is the satellite?
yeah,
Okay.
So there's 3 stages. So you've big burn, and then you go, then the second big burn, but, and then you drop that off, and then you're fine tuning that, and you're getting into.
Yeah.
And once you're in space, you don't there's no friction. You don't really need that big oomph, so you can downgrade your engine. You can have a little pocket rocket that just gets you places, but you don't really have to worry about this big fiery mess, right?
Unless you have to then re-exit some other atmosphere.
Well, yeah,
on the other side, then it would be another.
Exactly. Like
same
if
shit.
you're going to the moon, or like to Mars, and you're expecting to get back, you're gonna have to have a big boy engine again.
Right.
Not as big boy as Earth, but just because it's a smaller planet, right? But you got to think about these things. But it's all about efficiencies, right? And you're trading off efficiencies with these stages, right? Like you probably could use all 9 engines to get to space, but it'll be very fuel heavy and also inefficient eventually. So that's why we stage.
Right. And so I guess it's just down to like cost. Right?
Yeah,
it's just like making it viable to actually run the business.
The hardest part about rocketry is the balance of money, time, risk, all this kind of stuff, right? Like that's really like if you boil rocket science down like into individual components or complexities, it isn't really like obviously besides a few things, but it really isn't that crazy. It's how everything is interconnected. It's the effect of if I change this small detail, how is that going to affect like it's for
There's just
like
a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But each individual system is like relatively simple.
Yeah, I'd say so. And for example, like let's say you add I don't know, like a kg or a couple kgs onto your stage 1, that has an effect on how much payload you can take, but maybe like divided by 10, for example. But it's that kind of thing, right? Everything, and as an engineer, as an aerospace engineer, you have to be able to foresee these kinds of implications, because especially in how young. Well, I know it's been around for 80 or so years. We still don't know everything. It's not like we're building cars. Like we haven't run into all these mistakes before, and we don't know everything.
How risky is it? Like when I think about like fucking flying in a plane, right? I'm like, okay, when we take off, like there's a part of me that's like got a slight bit of anxiety, right? But like I'm like my logical brain's like, oh, this is like the chances of something happening are pretty fucking low. But you know, it happens. But you know, it's like I can kind of calm myself. If I was on a rocket, I don't know what the stats are, but I'd be fucking shitting myself.
Yeah. Well, it's fair. Um, it's pretty hard to quantify.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have these tolerances and understanding of all the subsystems and what environments that they can handle. So vibration environments, thermal environments, stress environments, fatigue, all this kind of stuff, right? And you have like engineering standards that make sure that you have margin on these things. So when you put your rocket into this environment, as long as it stays within that margin, which it should, it will not break, right? But obviously there's anomalies, and this is things like you can't think of them. I can't really go into specifics that's happened with Rocket Lab, but for example with I can't remember if it's the Challenger or something similar for NASA where we lost some astronauts, but that was because of a seal issue. A single, I think it was a seal or a set of seals that reacted differently under cryogenics. So under very cold, cryogenics means incredibly cold, and they reacted in a way that they didn't seal properly, something like that. I'm butchering it, but it's these small little details that will absolutely kill you.
Yeah.
And you can only learn as you go, right? Like,
Yeah.
But the biggest thing with rocketry is that we have to abide by something called the FAA, and this is a organization that basically controls the risk to human life. And for Rocket Lab, it is purely based on if we lose control of the rocket, is it going to hurt anyone? And we have to have a bunch of different, we have to do our GNC, like guidance and navigation stuff. We have to make sure that we abide by really strict rules, and our equipment functions under all these different environments. And we really push really hard and we're very good at doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's, one of the trappings that comes with running a space agency in a first world country and not in Russia or China.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh man, I don't know. Do you know the first? I think it was the first. Like Russia was the first, humans in space, but then they fucking had to do a. I remember seeing either, I can't remember if it was a documentary or like a video about that specific failure where they got to space first, but then bringing it back, they landed somewhere in some frozen fucking thing, and he was there for 3 days or some shit. I don't even know exactly, but it just was but then America fucked it up as well, so it's it can't really just be regulations.
It's hard to do, it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's a magic to me still. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. So many just interconnecting parts that just. It's like a dance, it's crazy. But a dance with 100 fucking people that
Yeah. So obviously you're not probably part of every sort of system on this in this industry, but what are the from when we landed on the moon to now, what happened in the rocket space? I know that Elon's done the fucking pencil landing shit where he lands upright. That's sick. That's super sick. Right? That looks like some sci-fi shit. But did we do anything in terms of what materials we use? Are able to reuse stuff outside of that,
So what technology has...
Because the computers they were using back then as well, bro, you probably couldn't even play Pong on them shits. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Bro, how the hell were they doing anything at that point? It's insane.
It's crazy. So there's a number of things, right? Like as a humanity, we've evolved in our ability to manufacture and produce things. So our ability to machine, as well as things like composite materials, all this kind of stuff have really evolved over the years.
The actual materials available are better.
Yeah, and more consistent. I can't really talk it's really hard without being there. You know what I mean? But yeah, so things like manufacturability is a huge thing. Availability of materials. But the biggest thing that's changed, I think, over time is the kind of goal, as well as who does it. We've moved from the 60s, which was always based in the government, to the privatized revolution that's happened in the 2000s, which I think is besides technology, which I can't really put my finger on any one thing that may have changed. Because we moved from solid rocket boosters, which NASA used a lot for the space shuttle and so forth, that big orange kind of dildo looking thing. And we've moved to more liquid engines, right, that use, as I said, liquid oxygen, kerosene, or liquid hydrogen, all this kind of stuff. So nowadays, we've moved to a more private kind of launch service, which in my mind is revolutionizing the space just because it allows for easier access. It also is having a huge effect on other peripheral industries. Like you have people like Elon Musk that are just thinking they're going to go to Mars. Like NASA's never going to do that, right? Because they depend on tax money.
Is he still doing that?
Yeah.
Ah, he just still wants to do that?
I believe so.
Okay.
Like I haven't. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
He's giving me no other indication that he's going to change his mind, right?
Yeah.
I think if anything, he's going to go bigger and better, right?
Yeah.
Like so I think the biggest thing is that who's doing it is the biggest change and has had the biggest effect on it, right? Like Rocket Lab exists now, Astra, SpaceX, Orbex, all these different companies, these small launch services are coming up and they're just revolutionizing the game. I mean, I could say things like Rocket Lab, we use an electric turbo pump, which I mean is very efficient. I mean, it's great, but you could still do it with a normal like conventional gas powered turbine. So it's kind of it's weird.
I guess the improvements came in like efficiency of cost and like those sort of things, right? Like and maybe safety. More than like we're getting there faster. Or
I mean,
like we can go further. I mean, I guess we can go further. We know that, right? Because we weren't talking about Mars back in the moon landing days. So I guess we know that. But yeah, it's interesting. I've been listening. Like I've been hearing a lot about this like space debris stuff, right? So every time we launch a satellite, there's more shit up there, and then when satellites get decommissioned. They break. They have to like. What do they do? What do they do then?
Yeah, well, I think that's
blow them up.
That's something that's coming into the kind of the sight of the industry now. You see companies like there's a company in England and Japan that their whole business model is around deorbiting satellites now. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we move into a space. I keep making that fucking joke. Into a space that we are required to have a deorbit. Kind of campaign or path forward for any kind of satellite that's used around, I'd say almost any planet or celestial body, right? Like, and that could be in the form of you have to make sure or convince a certain governmental body that you have enough fuel to deorbit. And I think this is already a thing, but your satellite has to be made out of a certain amount of types of materials that aren't going to kill someone when it comes back in. But as I said, Japan and England, they have a company, I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but they have designed a novel kind of design feature that they will sell to companies like, let's say, Rocket Lab, because we make satellites as well. Excuse me. And we will design this. We will put this design feature, which is kind of like a little knob on our satellite, and this little knob will have to be in a position satisfy a set of requirements, right? It has to be available and to a manipulator of XYZ size, right? So when we go into space, it's there. It does nothing for launch or anything, but when it finally comes time to like for the end of life, these guys in Japan / England will have a satellite that's up there or lives up there. I don't know the whole story, but has a manipulator or some sort of arm that can interact with that design feature that I've referenced, and will allow it to then pull it or do something to deorbit it. So there is going to be companies that come up that from now on will have these kind of solutions.
So I guess this is, again, now private companies are like, we will deorbit satellites.
And
this is our whole like niche is we just take things down or whatever.
Yeah, man. And it's exciting for me as an engineer because one of the most restrictive parts of being an aerospace engineer and interested in rocketry is that a lot of it is very pegged to this whole first world, second world narrative in the world, like Russia versus the US, all this kind of stuff. So I can't, for example, if I spend time in Iran or in China or try to work there, I think that's going to affect my ability to work in other countries, let alone the fact that I can't really work for NASA or all this kind of stuff without a green card. I can get one because I'm part of the New Zealand, like eventually I could get one, but I can't just go work there. Same with Europe. I can't go work for the European Space Agency without being a European citizen. Yeah. Luckily, I was born over there.
I was about to say, hey man,
yeah,
no problem there, bro.
This is the really cool thing about New Zealand is that New Zealand, yes, you have to be in a country that's from the first world, but you don't have to have a fucking New Zealand citizenship to work for us. which I think more companies, I don't know how they can get around it, but need to do that.
Yeah. Well, I think in New Zealand it's probably because it's such a big demand for like skilled labor and any fucking like just skilled people in every fucking industry that they're just like, yo, if you come here, like you can do it.
Yeah, it's a bit more complex. We are very much based in America still.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have to abide by international trade and arms regulations, and that's what restricts us.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're so free though. I really don't know.
No, but like if you think about like even doctors, right? Like if you're a doctor in some country and you want to go to America and be a doctor, it's like I'm pretty sure you got to do some shit. There's no way you just like, you know. Whereas I feel like here they're just such a shortage. They're just like, you know, they'll probably fast track you.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. But I think Rock Lab in particular is very picky when it comes to.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, it is at the end of the day still. I think we already talked about this. Very risky business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't look at these peripheral, like you make a change, you don't look at these peripheral like impacts and have the foresight or the like the passion to really be chasing these things are going to fail. Like a lot of, I think for a lot of companies, it is kind of built on the backs of very smart and passionate people, and you need to have a cohort that represents that.
So, okay, I know the International Space Station, I might have asked you this last time, but I'm pretty sure they have to boost it, right, to keep it in orbit. You've got to boost it every however long.
Yeah.
Do you got to do that with every satellite too?
Yeah, yep. If you think about it, like there is no real there's no real start to space.
Yeah.
It's just the slow dispersion of gas particles. At least that's the best definition. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And the ISS isn't exactly far away from us. It's still in a realm where it's colliding with those gas particles or atmosphere, which will eventually slow it down. And the whole concept, I'm sure we've all seen the videos of the ball that just keeps falling just in time as it goes round, just falls. And eventually, if you don't have enough velocity, you're going to hit the ground. Yeah. And that's why we have to keep boosting. And satellites have to do the same.
So how do you, do you send a satellite up there with extra fuel so it can do that? Or you have to like somehow get to that satellite again?
Yeah, no, there's, you have to, there's different ways. ISS obviously has to be consistently refueled because it's there forever.
But that one kind of makes more sense because there's constantly cunts going up there.
Yeah.
So it's like, someone will take a jerry can with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of different technologies that are coming up to do this for satellites. And it's kind of in a flux. We're very much in a flux right now. There's a lot of, as usual, in this part of humanity in our timeline, everything is changing very fast, and we've very quickly gone from very like individual CubeSats to medium-sized satellites, and then we're also kind of simultaneously going into these massive CubeSat constellations. And then I do foresee us going into very large satellites in future. So
is that like multiple satellites connected together?
Yeah, it's like Starlink. I'm sure we've seen those kind of hundreds of different things going across the sky. But what I'm trying to say is the technology to keep these in space is changing. Right. And for example, things like it's very easy to just use cold gas thrusters, which is like nitrogen or all this kind of stuff. You need to have a bottle on them, and they're most likely probably going to leak over time. So it means that you can't have that satellite up there for too long. Using, like, for example, if you're sending a satellite for a mission of 5 years or so, you have to really worry about, like, for example, petrol will slowly start turning to, I think it splits into water and something else, right? Like over time it degrades. And that happens with a lot of different fuels. Like one of the biggest, most used fuels that in the space industry because of its ability to not degrade as much is called hydrazine. But it's one of the most dangerous substances in the fucking world, right? Like, but so I've just been sidetracked. What we use to stay in orbit is like, we can use just like small little thrusters to keep us in there, just to burn every so often. There's these things called magnetic torques, these things that use coiled copper on basically when you move current through a magnetic field, a current of electricity through a magnetic field, it induces a force, a resultant force. And if you do this on a spacecraft, it potentially could give you altitude control. which is a potential way, but that's currently getting. I don't really know how effective that is.
Right.
Very much widely used.
So currently they're basically just stocking them up a little bit, and then they'll just have a predetermined time where they run out of fuel.
Yeah,
what it is?
yeah, and then you have a deorbit plan, all this kind of stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So you design your satellite to what your mission is going to
Right.
be.
Yeah. Because I was like, man, like how the fuck? Because I've heard about the Starlink stuff, and I'm like, how the fuck are they getting to these individual like satellites to refuel them? Like, how does that even work? How do you, how many flights would you have to fucking go up and then intersect exactly and all this crazy shit? But that makes more sense where you just have them kind of have a certain timeline. And
they
make some more.
Everything just has a lifetime. You know what I mean? And you have to design for that. So those Starlinks, I don't know. They might have like a 3-year lifetime or.
So I guess that's where
less.
the space to breathe problem comes in, because you're literally fucking going through so many fucking satellites that are being decommissioned, and you're sending more, and then those decommissioned, and you're sending more. So over like 100-year timeline, you could just have like every part of everywhere just covered in orbiting fucking things.
Yeah, and it's really dangerous. Anything that kind of is high energy in space won't lose its energy very fast and can do a lot of damage. Because I think the International Space Station's millimeters thick in its walls.
That's fucking
crazy.
I mean?
Like man, you're in that space. You're in that little fucking capsule, and there is barely anything between you and space. But
no wonder that the astronauts was talking about how they can like see flashes like of radiation when they close their eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, wouldn't you have like lead lining or something? But like, I guess it's too heavy to get up there. Yeah.
What's your perception of space? What is out there? Like when you think of that 2 millimeter piece of wall, what are you separated from in your head? Like what do you think?
And
this isn't like
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. You know that dream you have when you're just like falling, and then you wake up and you're like kind of startled awake, but you were falling. It's just that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking terrifying.
Fuck yeah.
Like imagine doing a spacewalk because you need to fucking fix some shit.
Yeah.
And then something happens, and you look at your clipper and it's like not clipped in, and then you just start floating backwards, and you're like, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Brother, that freaks me out.
That's so scary.
Damn, man.
That's
Just infinity,
so
right? Like,
so scary.
Yeah, in my mind, it's because I guess I'm just fucked in the head. It's low pressure in my head. Like, that's how I think about it, right? Like where we are now, if you believe it or not, it's 101,325 pascals of pressure, and in space it's pretty much zero. And that's what does scary things to you, bro. Like temperature, like I think you can. There's different effects that the human body, or like the limits of thermodynamics. You're not gonna all your heat in your body isn't just gonna leave straight away if you go into space, because there's nothing really to transfer it to. It's just radiation that's gonna. But it's the lack of pressure keeping your skin together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, forces will rip you apart.
Yeah, and the
temperature might not be.
100%. And the fact that water and different gases and all this kind of stuff boil at lower temperatures in lower pressure as well, because there's less keeping it together if you think about it.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Yeah. So you're saying you're being torn apart and you're boiling all at the same time.
Pretty much, bro. So your eyes will be boiling, your fucking tongue will be boiling. Fuck.
Hey man, at least I die hot as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, man.
Let's go. Oh man, it's terrifying though.
It is a little bit terrifying.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably a pretty quick death. I can't imagine you'd last very long.
Yeah, pretty much as long as it takes for your. I don't actually know what would kill you first. I don't know. Your blood boiling, or
because I mean, you see these movies where they fucking hold their breath and shit while they get back into the ship, and it's like no chance.
There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. Like you'd be dead before you could even fucking do anything. I'm sure. Surely.
One of the myths was that if you do think you're gonna go into space, to reduce the damage that your lungs, breathe out, so the evacuation of your lungs isn't as scary. You know what I mean?
Right. But I mean, at that point, you might as well take a full breath and hold it, my guy. No, you might as well do as much damage as you can. It's like if you know that thing where like if the nuclear blast is bigger than your thumb, you're fucked kind of thing. It's like, bro, just start running towards it. You know, like at that point, I'm at that point.
Do a backflip.
Fuck.
Fuck, that's funny, bro. Yeah, man. Oh, would you go to space? Would you?
Bro, I can barely do the. You could. I wouldn't say you couldn't pay me enough because I'm sure there's a price, but the price for a fair fall at fucking Rainbow's End is pretty high for me.
Hey,
So getting in a fucking rocket to go vertically up,
what's the scary part about it? Tell me.
it's the falling, G.
The falling.
Yeah, I can go
What do
up
you mean?
forever. That's
Bro,
fine.
I can guarantee you how you die is not by falling. I can give you. Does that make you feel better?
No. It's the sensation.
Brother, it's
of
either
the,
a bloat. You're either gonna go up in a fireball. You're gonna be subjected to space, or I don't know. There's probably 100 other ways.
long-term radiation effects. Or
Yeah,
something.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Nah. I think for me, I just really can't. Like, I have really low tolerance of like the sensation of G's.
Hey,
Like,
right.
I don't know. I hate the feeling. Like, I know people like that adrenaline. For me, it's like I want to keep my feet on the ground, and I don't want to move fast.
That makes
like,
sense. I
you
feel
know what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, that's why I think when I get, when I'm working takedown defense, I'm like, bro, feet on the ground. That's all I
Yeah,
need.
don't make me move, bro. Please.
Nah, I'm just terrified of fucking moving fast. Like,
Hey.
anytime fucking, high school friends were trying to like boy race and I'm sure I'm like, bro, you better break right now. And let me out this fucking car.
Have you done go-karting or anything? like
Go
that?
karting's okay. Yeah.
Brother, go-karting is fucking furiously fast sometimes, though, eh?
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm in control of it.
Oh, yeah,
So
maybe.
I'm like, if I die, it's my fault.
That's right,
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel that.
Yeah, there's like a difference. I don't know. Maybe like because I'm expecting. I know like if I turn, I know I'm gonna feel this pull. But on a roller coaster, like you're just going
No
with it.
chance.
You just got to take whatever it gives
Yeah.
you. So I just fucking hate that. Eh?
That is pretty freaky, bro. I'd do it. I think I'd go to space.
I know you would.
But
I
that's
know.
because like I feel like I would also be able to like I'd have to probably work for the place though, like understand the quality, best practices and all that kind of stuff.
You'd probably be a lot more like you know what I mean. You'd have a lot more.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, let me double check this real quick.
Yeah, like
Let's see these regulations.
how
What are you guys running
how are
by?
they testing this?
Yeah,
shit? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Who signed off on this?
I go, yeah.
Was it Rick? Oh, I don't know, bro.
This guy called Rick at work. Yeah. You got me.
Yeah, well, I'm a mentalist, so what can I say? I know my shit.
Yeah. Are we doing any tricks today or?
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, let's
I'll show you some stuff.
Yeah, please, bro, please.
Let's do this one. This is like more of a gambling demo. I don't know if I have all the cards here though. I might be missing some. What's like a good 4 of a kind you like?
4 of a kind.
Yeah.
Like you mean a suit? Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the jacks, the
Oh,
3s, the 4s, whatever.
I see. I feel like I'm a big fan of the king, bro.
The
Let's do
kings.
The king. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So let's see if I have all 4 of them. So that's the club,
I thought way too hard about that for some reason.
That's all good.
Ah!
the club, the diamond, the heart, and hopefully one more. Yeah, the spade. Okay. So this is. I'm gonna try this, and this is something I've been working on that's new.
Nice.
But basically, it's like if you're setting up like a game of, I don't know, 4-player game, right? And I give it a cheeky shuffle like this. These cards might be too old for this, but we'll try. Okay. And do you want 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
3. Okay, so let's try this one more time. This is
Come
much
on,
easier.
cards.
There we go. Yeah,
There it
with
is.
new cards, this works really well. So, ideally, 1, 2, 3. No, I got it wrong. That's fine. I still gave you the aces. That's not too bad. There we go. And one more. And I don't know if that's on the camera.
Do you know what's
actually.
really crazy is that I was actually thinking aces when I said king. So
There we go. There we go.
You fucking got it, bro.
Where did I? Yeah, the kings were in the first position. There we go. Yeah.
Damn.
So that's like a little gambling thing,
Holy
right?
shit.
But then you also have that was with like a stack shuffle, like a riffle stack. But also if we're playing like blackjack, right, you can also actually choose your position in real time. So let's say we'll use like the ace of clubs and maybe the jack of spades or something, and that's going to be our blackjack. Okay. So how many players do you want to play with, and what position do you want to be in?
Just me and you, my bro.
Just us two.
Just me and you.
And you want the card? You want the blackjack, or
Let's
do you want?
do it.
Yeah, you want the
Yeah,
blackjack.
please.
Okay, so look, yeah. So I'll give you this. I'll take this. I'll give you this. I'll give you this. So I don't have a blackjack. I have 3 and a queen. but you have the blackjack. And obviously, the more players, the harder it gets.
Dang.
But actually, we'll do one where you're working as well, right? Because obviously, I can do this shit all day long.
Yeah.
So you liked the kings. I'm gonna kind of predict this actually. So, how do you like? Do you know how to shuffle cards?
Not like you, brother.
Okay,
but
that's all right. That's all right. I'll give you a tutorial if that's all good.
Let's do it.
All right. So if you do exactly what I do, then this is how you cheat at cards, essentially. I'm missing something. No, I'm not. There we go. Okay. Here's what we do. So I want you to cut about halfway, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just because this is on camera, so you have to reach over. Yeah. Let's do. Yeah, that'll be all right. So. Take the smaller deck. Yep, take it in your hand, and you're gonna mirror me exactly what I do exactly what I do, right? So you'll take the deck and put it in your other hand like this, perfect. And you're gonna take off the top one. Yep, keep it in your hand. Take off the top another one. Keep it in your hand. Keep taking it off the top. Yeah, and now you can shuffle until
really
you run out. Yep, just till you run out of cards. Exactly. Mix it up, nice and good. Good. So now, I want you to, so that was like an overhand shuffle. Yeah. So now I want you to mirror exactly what I'm doing. Cut off about a third, put it here. More or less. Yeah. Cut off about a third, put it, here. Yeah. And then the last bit here. Cool. And then pick that up, put it on top. Yeah. Put that on top. Cool.
Bro, you make this, like, even just picking up cards is fucking hard, bro. You're making that look easy.
All right, so basically that we've just shuffled the cards and then we cut the cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so now,
shit,
can you? So let's say player number one. Let's say 1, 2, or 3.
Let's go for 2.
2. 1, 2.
Yep.
Go ahead. Same thing for you.
2.
Yeah. Player number 2. How many?
He goes 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Cool. Player number 3. How many?
Let's do 1.
1. Cool. Player number 4.
He goes 2.
2. 1, 2. And now just deal everything to everyone and see who gets it first. Obviously, I'm a dealer, so chances are, well, I'm a magician.
I got less cards.
You got less cards? Nice. You win. That's fine. That's fine. But look, so if you did everything correctly, if you did everything exactly how I did it, right, to the pull all the cards, like every pile closer to the edge. I think that's probably where the camera is cutting it up. Cool. Yep. I want you to turn the cards over one by one. Yeah. So that's 1 king. What's the next one?
Oh, there's no fucking
That's another king.
Brother. No.
3rd king. 4th king, baby.
I'm a magician.
The student has become the master,
brother.
baby. Now, I got to say, though, I am a magician, so I had to beat you. I had to one-up you. But that's still cool. That's still pretty cool. There we go.
That's actually that's a mean trick, bro. I feel good inside. I'm happy. I got a smile on my face.
There we go.
Shit, bro.
All right. So now I'll do some shit. If you don't see this in the video, you won't know that this is in the video, but I'll cut it because this is fucking hard. All right. So let's try.
Oh, sorry.
So this is one I've been working on.
I believe in you. Maybe a sip of whiskey.
That's good because I don't believe in myself for this one. But that's fine.
Right. Cheers to good luck.
Cheers. Thank you. All right. So just touch a card. Doesn't really matter.
Bang.
Ace of hearts. All right.
Something about the ace.
So this trick is pretty interesting, right? So I'll take the cards like this, give it a cheeky pressure fan, chuck the ace more or less in the middle. Yeah. So this trick is pretty interesting, right? Because I didn't tell you what this trick was, eh? The trick's actually already done. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned this first.
Ratchet.
The trick is called card inside the box.
What the?
So that should have happened first. And no, I should have told you then that should have happened. Right. My bad. I'll do it again. Okay. No. It's my fault. So ace of hearts, from here to here. This is the trick. From here to here. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You're going to see it go. Ready? That's happened. All right, there we go. So ace from there to there. That's how it goes. Okay. All right.
Right.
I'll do it again. This time we'll close the box so it's a bit harder. And we'll put the card inside the middle like this. Okay. So I'm going to try to do this in a way that you see it right before it happens and then it happens. Okay. This is the hardest part. So I'm going to try this. All right. I'm going to move the mic out the way. Here we go. Ready? You're going to, so the card's in the middle. You see it in the middle?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's somewhere 23 cards. Okay, watch.
Yeah.
You see it for a split second,
Mm-hmm.
and then it vanishes. And there it is.
That's actually really fucking impressive, bro. Like,
Very hard to do.
have no
Very
fucking
hard to
clue.
do that one. Very fucking hard. All right.
Yeah, there's like sometimes I have like there's like some possibilities I can come up with in my head on how the fuck you do that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That one I need to think about. That's got me.
Yeah.
I really don't know how the fuck you did that.
Nice.
motherfucker.
Okay.
Damn.
So the level of sleight of hand that takes, I will say, it makes me shit
Yeah,
myself
I got
every time.
butterflies. I got butterflies.
My
in
hands were
stomach.
fucking so soaked. Oh man.
Damn, bro.
Thank you.
That's
So
really good. Shit.
the thing is, when I went from like hobby to pro and then back to hobby,
Yeah.
right? So because of COVID, it kind of forced me back to a hobbyist. So when I was doing the hobby stuff, all I cared about was like the hardest shit, right? But then when I became pro, I realized people don't give a fuck how hard something is because they don't know.
Yeah.
So I can pretend the easiest shit is super hard, and they
100%,
just believe me.
100%, bro,
So I'm like, oh, okay. So I went full like performance, which is how you should really do, right? Like if you want to do the strongest magic, like realistically, the method doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But then I got bored as fuck because
Just doing the easy shit.
I'm just doing easy shit,
right.
and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're a god," and I'm like, "Actually, nah. Like I could teach you that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of back on the hard shit because I'm like, that's actually what I like. So I don't really give a fuck what you like.
It's probably good to do the makes sense.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good to do the basics though. I think though, right? Like just start there and then now you can do
like
some crazy
100%. But when you've been doing this for like 15 years, it's like at this point, if I do the same trick for the 1,000th time, like I don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
But like right now, I'm on a high because I just fucking pulled it off.
You fucking nailed that shit, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the same with like when I play some tunes, bro. You know, like you can play some simple ass tunes.
Yo.
Like you can play like a G chord, bro, and someone
Yeah.
that doesn't know how to play guitar, like damn, bro.
Yeah,
man,
the triad, the fucking
Yeah, you get a little
three chords.
triading,
Yeah,
bro. That's
yeah.
that's a bit special.
yeah.
But yeah, like fuck, man. I you play like a nice little blues kind of line. Like you learn Still Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer, and you nail that, and you look around, nobody gives a fuck. And it's like, cool, man. I'll just jump up a fucking bridge.
Yeah, like this is the same thing, right? Like you'll do all this crazy shit. You'll do something that took you 10 years and then you do this. And then people go, do that again.
No,
and I'm like,
yeah.
bro, this took me 2 weeks, bro. Come on.
Yeah, bro. Like
You know?
I learned one trick.
Yeah,
I learned
yeah.
one trick when I was in high school, and I'd be like, yeah, go pick a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Now put that one on top.
Yeah.
And then I'll split the deck at some point, right?
Yeah.
Bang. And now, okay, I'll find
Yeah.
your card, right? It's like, oh,
Nice.
shit. Okay, more.
Yeah.
That's what look you.
But see, this type of shit, this is the shit though. People don't understand this. Like they go, oh, I know the trick. And it's like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that it?
nice. Nice.
Bro, I'm a fucking magician, bro. Hire
Yeah,
me,
there you
bro.
go.
Hire me, bro.
Bro, I got, so there's a guy called Greg Chapman. Okay, shout out Greg Chapman because turns out I have one of his books and I read some of it and I didn't realize he was a Kiwi and he lived like just down the road
Oh,
and I've never met him until recently.
really?
And then he like shows me some shit and I'm like, bro, this is so familiar. Like he's so familiar. Where the fuck where have I seen this? Turns out I have his book.
Okay.
And he fooled me with that, what you just did, but he added like 3 other layers.
Oh,
So what you did there, for anyone that doesn't know, is the key card principle, right? But then he was like, oh, do you want me to take this one off the top? Okay, put it that. Okay, do you want me to take the bottom one off? Put it. You tell me when to stop. Like I'll put it.
Yeah.
I'll keep put. And he kept removing key cards, and I'm like, where the fuck is this key card?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know. And then turns out he had some calculation where he had a key. I'm telling you how he does it. I don't even know how he did it. Like I'm just explaining some concept.
Oh, I see.
He had
right.
a calculation of like, oh, I know that the key card is like 9 away from the other key card. And so if he messes up this key card, I can calculate it based on the second. And I'm just like, what the
Oh, we had
fuck are you
multiple.
on about, bro? Like, I
X
just
Games.
lost it. I just lost it. So you can take even that stupid concept, quote unquote, because it's a really good trick. You can take that and fuck people up, myself included. So it's
Hey.
100%. That's me.
Damn, bro. Damn. That's funny, man. Yeah, I used to bang that out in high. Oh fuck, that wasn't even high school. It was intermediate.
Oh, yo.
Bro, nobody knew how I did.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I did it.
But the fact that like that's the thing is that a lot of people, and I've seen this over and over and over, like they'll go teach me something, and then as soon as I'm done with the method, they go, yep. And I'm like, no. Like there's so like wait, like there's so many concepts here. There's so many things you can do to make it stronger.
Yeah,
but they don't realize, and they try to do it, and they get no reaction. And I'm like, yeah, because you didn't sell it. Like you just did the trick.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not just it's about the show as well.
Yeah,
one of my favorite tricks. I'm not sure if you'll know this off the top of your head, but Chris Pratt, the guy that plays Star-Lord in Marvel, he did a trick live on air once, but it was a trick where he acted like he fucked it up. And I remember looking, I was like, oh, of course he fucked it up. He's a fucking actor.
Right.
And then he just smacked out the real card and like a different, a twist. And I was like, damn, I need to learn this trick. I've completely forgotten how to do it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Man,
I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it, right? Like you can pretend like you're getting it wrong and then switch the card and then, you know, so like, oh, is it this one? No. Oh, okay, fuck. What could it be? What could it be? I don't know. You said what? Well, you said, what did you say? Oh, you said that? Oh. That's what I said, you know, or whatever.
Yeah,
like you can do a lot of stuff like that. There's a classic one. Let me think. Yeah, this is so. Cut. This is like a classic, like, oh, I fucked up kind of thing. All right. So, can you take a card out?
Of course I can.
There we go.
That one okay?
Yeah. Don't show me. Show the camera.
Which one?
Whichever one. Yeah. Cool. Say. Oh, that one. All right. Cool. Say stop.
Stop.
All right, chuck it back. Cool.
Oh,
and it's lost in.
okay, I remember it.
Yep.
I almost forgot to remember it.
yeah. So this is the trick, right? Where like I shake and one card turns red. It's the heat from the shake. It's the pressure from the space. Yeah, something.
That's something like that. I like it though.
Yeah. So your card was the
holy fuck
yeah. Cool. So it turns red. That's simple. It's nothing crazy to that. The crazy part is doing this again. Okay. So you say stop wherever you feel like it.
I stopped there.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Okay. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Ready? It's going to turn red. Wait. It's going to turn red, damn it. It's going to turn red, all right? That's what's going to happen, all right? So so that's the classic I fucked it up type shit.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, bro? Fuck.
Yeah. So there we go.
Damn, like
Chris Pratt, where you at?
I had an idea. I did have an idea, but now the idea has vanished.
Well,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
No, that's cool, bro. That's fucking cool.
All right. Nuclear power.
Hey.
Could it be feasible that you make a nuclear-powered rocket?
Now, explain to me what the fuck you mean by that. What do you mean nuclear power?
Like they got nuclear-powered submarines, right?
Yeah, right.
Where like they can just run for fucking 40 years or something with no refuel or anything. Or some shit like that, because it's just like they can just keep throwing out the fuel rods. I don't fucking know how it works.
Yeah, so that the way that those nuclear subs work is that the energy turns into electricity, which then turns.
So you just don't have enough.
Well, no, it is feasible.
Yeah, because it would be, right? Because a nuclear fucking power.
It's just what do you convert that electricity into? What do you convert it into? Like what? Most likely is going to be some kind of electric propulsion.
Okay.
Which is kind of like ion propulsion, where you use this element called xenon, or there's a couple others. Which
isn't that xenon is like that fucking soup that shit that gets you high as fuck.
I have no clue. Maybe I hope so.
I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
It's
like super expensive NOS basically.
I thought it was a noble gas. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, xenon. Yeah.
Fuck.
So you know Vice, that fucking
Vice,
Hamilton Morris.
Oh,
He does
what
like
the
all
fuck?
the. Oh, he's like a drug journalist basically. He's a chemist.
Hamilton, not Hamilton, New Zealand.
No.
Okay,
Hamilton Morris was what is like a Vice reporter.
Okay, right.
And he was, I don't know if he still works for Vice, but he would just like go and he's like an actual chemist, so he can make all these drugs and shit. And he would just go and like talk to like the manufacturers of fucking acid and all these like, you know, just documentaries and stuff. And he went to like a place where they like, you buy xenon, but it's like super expensive. It's like a couple grand or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like the the rich man's like nangs.
Mhm.
Like, you know, it's the
Really?
rich man. Yeah. Because it's the similar effect. It's like it's dissociative, I think, but it's like way more something euphoric or something. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's stuff, there's options like that. But man, like to be honest, like
I would just be sitting under the rocket, bro.
yeah. Oh, nuclear high, bro. Yeah,
I mean, shit's going down anyway. I might as well enjoy it, right?
Straight up. Yeah, but I don't really know too much about electric propulsion because it's a bit more like I think do you remember that DART mission that NASA smacked into an asteroid to try and knock it off from hitting New Zealand, hitting
Very
Earth?
accurate with it. Very accurate with it. They
Very
pinpointed.
accurate asteroid. Yeah.
No, no, I didn't hear
Yeah, it
that.
is NASA just to test how to like knock an asteroid off course. They smacked a satellite into it, and they used electric propulsion for that.
Oh.
But the electric propulsion failed halfway through, so they used like different. They had
okay.
other systems to
Yeah.
propel, but yeah, you could do
okay.
something like that.
So what happened with that asteroid? Did it get deflected?
Yeah, it got deflected.
Oh, okay.
By way more than they anticipated.
Ah.
So we don't have to use nukes apparently. So as long as we can detect it far enough away, we should be able to. That's the one good thing about space, bro, is that as long as you just like are able to impart some sort of smack into them,
Yeah.
1 degree angle change over hundreds of thousands of kilometers is a lot. You know what I mean?
I guess it depends how big the asteroid is, right?
Yeah.
If it's a fucking real big one.
Even brother, like it depends. Yeah, but it has to be like we've got a lot of mass on Earth, bro.
Yeah,
we can
that's
probably
true.
send a lot of shit towards them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. If we just get Elon and fucking Bezos heads together between them, they'll just
yeah, man. But I feel like the governments would be pretty fast
Oh,
on
yeah,
that kind
I
of
think
shit.
so.
They'd be like, Elon, forget your fucking Mars shit, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to be able to continue doing whatever the fuck you want to do? Help
it. Yeah, but no, like
Help me.
nuclear energy can be used for a lot of different things. Like if we are doing like interplanetary travel, nuclear energy is pretty good for sustaining like a massive ship if we're doing like colony transfer. It's also good for things like this radiation protection designs out there that utilize similar concepts with superconductors that I discussed. It generates kind of like a magnetic field of sorts. It uses a decent amount of energy. Nuclear energy could be potentially used for
That's
that.
pretty funny. Use nukes to stop nukes.
Yeah.
Kind
To stop radiation, you use
Yeah.
exactly. So there's options for that, but yeah, pretty much anything that is like power hungry, nuclear is good. But the problem is that you're putting nuclear or radioactive shit on a rocket that, as we've already established, could blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's never a good thing when nuclear particles or radioactive particles enter the atmosphere, because then I'm sure we've all seen those beautiful little graphs of shit just crossing continents and just dusting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's not dust people with radiation. But I think we could do it. Fuck it, why not? But
Interesting.
I'm just a fucking engineer.
Yeah.
You never know.
Nah, I was thinking about that, because I was like, wait, but I mean, what's a nuke? Isn't it fucking rocket, like a nuke on a rocket anyway? So it's like you're fucking doing the same kind of shit. It's just like let's use that power to run the fucking rocket. Let's not, you know,
100%.
because
That's a fantastic argument. You just blew my mind with that argument, brother. We're sending them ICBMs anyway.
Yeah,
bro. Let's
yeah.
just send it to space. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's further away from Earth. You know, it's get it as far away as possible. You
You
know,
just fucked with me.
Yeah.
You literally just fucked me up with
There
that
we
one,
go.
bro.
there we go. If that shit comes to you know, I want cred. All right, I want street cred. This is going down in history. Check the date on the fucking upload. This is when it was said. Okay, 2034, bitch. This ain't some 2050 shit.
We already do it, bitch.
100%.
We already do it, bitch. Come at me, bro.
Oh,
Damn. Yeah.
that's crazy.
I don't know. But yeah, I think we should do it. But it's kind of illegal to say in New Zealand. Radiation's pretty
I mean,
taboo.
to be fair though, I can see both sides of the argument, of the nuclear argument, because I just don't trust cunts,
Either.
like just in general, like this is a general vibe, like cunts just are not to be trusted, you know, like. Yeah, you can have all the fucking regulations, all the shit, but some guy's gonna get paid to cross a box that he shouldn't, and then it all goes downhill. It happens every fucking time. It happened in Chernobyl. It happens, you know what I mean? Like, like I understand there's safety, you can do it safe, it's possible, but it's like, fuck, man, like if we fuck it up, you know, there's such
there's hundreds of nuclear reactors in America.
Oh yeah,
And in France, in England.
like so. This is what I'm saying. Like it's,
Yeah.
I understand it's like the same with the roller coaster. Like I know logically I'm chill, but also, bruh, I don't want those G's. You know.
I agree for other reasons.
Yeah.
I think New Zealand should. I like the idea that we really don't need nuclear power. Like we have enough like hydro, geothermal that like is sufficient for our population. I think. Like last time I looked. And the whole fact that if we have nuclear energy or power in any way in this country, it kind of starts becoming a little bit more of a question mark in terms of if there is some sort of conflict.
Also,
you know?
not to mention the fault line, right?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
If you're putting fucking nuclear plants on a fault line, that's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Earthquake's a big one, but just not being a target for nuclear warfare is a big one.
Yeah,
and that's what I like the idea of, right? Like just not being involved with it because we don't have to.
I hear you, but if shit goes down, I don't know if like being here is the greatest idea.
We have way more food production than we need. We have clean water.
Nuclear winter. Bro, we have no infrastructure to support any sort of snow.
Oh, you mean the cold.
Bro, we're going to get fucked. Like,
that is fair.
Overnight, we'll just be like, oh, I guess it's Siberia.
That is fair.
And
that
then
fair, yeah.
it's just GG. Like, unless you're like all the way down south.
But if you think about it, any place in the world that's already cold is going to be fucked. Like cold. Like, you know what I mean? Like
That's true.
everybody's going to have a phase shift of we're fucked
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I guess it's just like certain countries, I guess, probably have better underground infrastructure. Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking subways and shit that probably will sustain more life than other places. But I don't know. I'm just fucking spitballing. Like I have no data on this
We'll just
at
go
all.
to Waipu, bro, and just go into those caves there. Eh? Fuck it.
Yo,
Yeah.
the glowworms, Gene. It's just us and the glowworms. That'll be the last thing to
All
survive.
the fucking rich motherfuckers that are pulling up in Queenstown with their fucking doomsday bunkers, bro. Just
Yeah, I was about to say,
chill
it's
out
a whole
down
thing,
there,
right? Yeah. I wonder, like, I actually am curious, like, if we could get a name, like a manifest of all the names that have built bunkers. Like, would it be like all the big ones?
I bet you Big Zuck's down there, bro.
Zuck,
Daddy
Bezos,
Zuck's
like,
down there,
surely,
Mr.
right?
Zoss, Mr. Zoss down there, eh? Yeah. I don't know, bro. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, there's rumors that come out.
Zuck's been sus lately, eh?
Hey?
He's become human. Like, what happened with that guy?
Really?
Yeah.
He just started doing MMA and just started getting...
Bro, he's got like the fucking
Social
Rizzler
skills.
curly hair like style now.
He's buff, bro. He
That's
did
what I'm
MMA.
saying. That's what I'm
Bro,
saying. He was a
do
robot 2 years
jujitsu.
ago. What the fuck happened?
Yeah,
Like,
bro, he socialized. He got fucking armbarred a couple times, bro.
Socialized.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
got armbarred a couple times, brother. He knows how to talk to people now, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, you can't train jiu-jitsu and not talk to
Yeah,
people.
exactly, bro. Because someone will fuck you up, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta talk to them, suss them out, bro. Make sure they're not fucking crazy, right? You don't want to fight the crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, you
bro.
gotta dodge the right rolls, you know?
Yeah,
You gotta be like, oh no, my elbow today, bro, my elbow today, and then you like, pick on the 15-year-old kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, fuck, bro. When I used to roll, some motherfuckers are just too hectic, and you just play full defense. You're like, brother, I'm not getting hurt today. Fuck off. You're not doing anything risky.
Although it takes a while to get that level of maturity because back in the day, bro, like I was more scared than they were. So like it didn't matter. I was the fucking guy that was going hundies because I had nothing else. Like I'm just pure panic.
Yeah,
like I'm just going off pure emotion, bro.
Yeah, just like tense as fuck, right? You're just like,
I'm like, why am I throwing up every class? It's like, because you're going like an idiot, bro.
That's the biggest change. Like, that's how you know when someone is starting to become a beginner is when they don't just tense up all the fucking time. I feel like, because you just take any motherfucker off the street and they're just like always just fucking tensed up, right?
Yeah. But you can only last like 30 seconds like that.
Exactly.
After 30, bro.
Yeah, straight up. Sorry.
If you're too tense, bro. You gotta be loose.
Yeah, you gotta be loose, brother. You gotta be loose. Yeah, fuck. I kind of miss jujitsu, but yeah. I feel like if I start jujitsu again, I'll get back into boxing and then I'll get concussed again. Like
just don't do the boxing part, bro. I mean,
that's hard.
It's a pretty simple. It's a pretty just show up. Just
like
show up.
Fighting.
Just show up to the 6:30 and then don't stay
I like
for the
fighting.
7:30 boxing.
I like fighting. After jiu-jitsu class finishes, oh, you want to just chuck the leg pads on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it, brother. Smack. And I'm fucked again, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I got too few brain cells. I need to keep them up, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But yeah, I don't know. I did a little bit of boxing for a little bit there. It's fun. It's fun, but
I just love running up hills and running back down hills and then running back up the hill, running back down the hill, then punching a bag for like half a fucking hour and just getting fucking pain, just feeling fucked, bro, you know?
yeah, I was about to. I thought you were joking right there for the first half of that statement.
Nah,
running
brother.
up hills and down hills, bro. That's the fucking worst shit.
Nah, brother. I
That's so
fucking
bad.
froth it, bro. Just running up the more fucking my body is screaming at me, I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do this, bro.
I can't handle it. Eh?
I
That's
fucking
that's
love it.
why I do martial arts, so I don't have to do conventional cardio.
Oh, true.
Like
yeah.
when there's a fat guy trying to choke you out,
Yeah.
you're not gonna stop moving.
I don't do runs. I don't do like normal runs.
Right.
Like I won't do like a 6 kilometer run. No. I just want to get to the pain fast, bro. I don't want to just like.
I want to have results. So hill sprints are what I will do, but that's only like before comp or something. There's no way I'm hill sprinting
Yeah.
if I don't have a competition coming up. Zero chance, bro.
Yeah,
No
true.
chance.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. But yeah, I'm just lifting at the moment.
Oh, nice. Yeah. See, I'm not. That's my problem. I need to start lifting again.
Yeah, bro.
That's the thing, though. Is like it's like with the magic thing, right? Like you get real into the hard work and the difficult shit, but then you realize like, oh, it's actually all about the easy stuff. Like that's actually what it's about, kind of, you know? It's like in jiu-jitsu, it's like, oh, actually it's about efficiency. Like it's not about working the hardest. It's about making him work harder than you're working. Right. But then you get to the point where you're like so fucking lazy. You're so efficient. You're so lazy that you're just like, I'm so unfit, bro. I'm so shit. But then when you do jiu-jitsu, you're fine. But in reality, you're like fucking falling apart. You're like you have no muscle mass because you're just doing like fucking playing all this efficient shit, you know? So I feel like you gotta have like the balance, you know? Like when I see these MMA guys, bro, they just like always working the cardio.
Yeah, well, that's how I
always
trained
working. Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, right? Like, it was in an MMA gym, and we it was focused on jiu-jitsu, but we would do stand-up as well, and because of that, we'd be running and we'd be doing high intensity interval training, all that kind of stuff. And bro, I'm so grateful for it because I've carried that on to today.
You still do it,
brother?
Hit stuff.
Well, just like high intensity,
right.
fucking workouts. Brother, I'd be a little bitch engineer in a seat with a neck crank to the left, like doing this. I'd be so derelict at this point. Like it would be insane if I didn't work out. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like even working out, I still feel like my neck's fucked. Ugh.
I think that's just called getting old, bro.
Maybe, bro. I'm not even that old, brother. You know what I mean? Like, give me time, bro. I thought youth was supposed to last a little bit longer.
Yeah,
bro.
I know, man.
Hey, yo, brother. Fuck, I'm closer to 30 now.
I've realized this, right? Like, I've literally realized that my recovery is going down, and it's not something like it's more to do with the fact that I'm not min-maxing my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like when I was 18, I could go to train on 4 hours sleep, 2 bags of chips, and I mean, like I was shit regardless, so it didn't really matter. But then like I could do it again the next day, and then I could do it again the next day, and for like 2 years I didn't get injured, and I was just fucking running on nothing. Whereas now, I'll be like 7 hours sleep. I ate like 500 calories less than I need to. I'm dying, like what the hell's going on? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, brother. Like you have a fucking you just have a couple whiskeys, bro, and then the next morning you're like,
nah, bro. Yeah,
I do not want to work out. Like I won't have a hangover, but just the fucking vibes, bro, just not on. Bro.
Yeah,
it's just not on.
Yeah, like for sure. Like if I drink on a Saturday, like if I have more than 3 drinks on a Saturday, Monday jiu-jitsu is pretty shit. Tuesday, I'm not. Maybe I'm like 90%, but not 100. And then by Wednesday, it's like, oh, I'm like 99.
But I gotta say, bro, I'm still gonna send it. I'm just not gonna be 100% capacity.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
But what I'm saying is at 18, that shit didn't really happen, you know? And it's like, bro, I'm pretty sure, like, I thought, like, you hit
the gusto is still here, bro.
I thought you hit your prime at 35. What's going on? Why am I fucking...
The gusto game is still going up. The vibes are fantastic. They're immaculate, bro. I'm just, I think they're better than 18. Maybe the body ain't working the same, bro.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. 18
But
was
the
pretty
fucking vibes, bro.
18 was pretty dog shit, bro.
Straight up, eh?
Like
Straight up.
you could enlist into the army, but you had to put your hand up to go take a shit.
I was like $40,000 in debt by that age, right? Like just university.
Bro.
Probably more like 35, but fuck, bro. You
What,
know,
for 1 year?
I started uni at 17.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus
Fuck,
Christ.
bro. Yeah. Isn't that great? You sign that piece of paper. Oh, let's not start. If we start talking about student loans, we're gonna get angry, bro. You know what I mean?
Let's pull some more. Let's start talking. What about IRD or student loan?
I'm the kind of motherfucker that has a couple different zones of rant. And if we cross into that motherfucker, it's gonna go for like.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing was like, at 18, that's the age where you gotta try stuff, right? Like you don't really even know what you like. I still barely know what I like. Like, and I'm fucking 27. It's been almost a decade of trying shit. And at the time, it's like, oh, take this fucking crippling debt, and then you fucked it. Like for me, I dropped out after one semester, and then I had to like work to pay $8,000 for a mistake that, fuck, you're supposed. Everyone tells you make this mistake. Like go to uni, even if you don't know what the fuck you want. Everyone says that, right? So then you got to like. You're like already like starting from zero, starting from minus. You're not even starting from zero. You're starting from minus. I don't have an education. I don't have money either.
Guess what? The houses, you can never afford a house.
Yep.
The wage ain't going up, motherfucker.
Yep.
Do you want to buy some veggies? No, bitch.
Even the fucking takeaways are going up.
Brother, I looked at a pack of
$2 chips ain't $2 anymore. It's fucking $4.50 or some shit, bro.
Chips. You heard it here first. Damn.
$4.50 for a scoop of chips, bro.
That's good.
And the scoops ain't what they used to be, bro.
No,
There's scoop inflation in this bitch.
Bro, I looked at a can of cherry tomatoes. $9 fucking, bro. For 150 grams of those motherfuckers, bro. Like, god damn. Yeah. $9.
Yeah, we're making progress in steel and fucking titanium, but not in fucking cherry tomatoes, I'll tell you that.
Fucks with me, bro. I can't believe I'm spending $9 on some little fucking cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, bro. Every time I walk in and I see capsicums 2 for $5, I'm like, fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll buy the celery or some other shit that I hate. But I'm
talking my language. Bro.
I'm not buying no capsicums for $2 a pop.
I haven't bought a capsicum in 6 months, brother. For my birthday, maybe, bro. I'll buy a capsicum. Fuck.
Bro, we're turning into my dad, where he'll be like, bro, for Christmas we had an orange.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
Fuck yeah, orange. Break it out. Break out the capsicums on Christmas Day. Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Damn.
So what do you reckon is going to happen? Is the population going to revolt? Is the inflation just going to fuck shit up and we're going to have another revolution, or what's going on?
Oh, shit.
You, as a man who's been in space, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes me qualified to answer this question, bro. I don't know. I think just like, fuck, man. I think people just need to like, I don't know how to fix shit, bro, but I feel like people need to stop trying to make a quick buck. I feel like people need to stop caring about younger people more. I think people need to stop giving a fuck about houses as much and stop, or like the government stop incentivizing buying houses as much and actually like maybe build up a culture of starting businesses instead of saving up a 20% down payment on a house. Why don't we just stop putting that into starting a company? You know what I mean? Like every motherfucker you talk to nowadays, back in the day, I swear to God, as a kid, you're like, yeah, I'm going to fucking start a company. I'm going to do this shit. You know what I mean? I feel like nowadays it's all like, yeah, I'm gonna
cross loan my old property for the new property, and then I'm gonna get 3 more cross loans, and then I'm gonna switch from BNZ to the other bank because they're gonna cross loan me more, and then the 5th cross loan I'm gonna buy another investment property. It's like, bro,
I feel like people just need to like find their passion more, bro, because I'm sure there isn't that many people that give a fuck.
I'm so passionate about cross loans, bro. I want to
suck my cross loan, bro. I swear to God, bro. Fuck. Just fuck. I don't know, man. Like I fall into the trap. It's hard to start a company, bro. It is, but I feel like I don't know. It just seems like the only option, at least in New Zealand and Australia, is buying houses to make money. And we've missed that motherfucking boat, bro. We've missed that boat. So
it's just like I have a friend who's like works in data and like science, right? So it's like one of the highest paying jobs in tech.
Bro. Yeah.
And they have to go in with like their mum and someone else on a house, and I'm like, bruh, like
I'm fucked.
What the, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm an engineer. Everybody told me that I was gonna be rich, bro. I'm not like at the start of my career anymore. Brother, there's no chance, brother. Like if I stay in New Zealand, no fucking way, bro.
But you see, this is interesting, right? Because like a couple of things you said at the start there, where you're like, oh, stop focusing on like getting a quick buck, all this stuff, governments, blah blah blah. It's almost what the same shit my like leftist, like socialist friends say, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of understand where they're coming from because it's pretty fucked. Like it is pretty fucked, and it's like it does seem like the only way out is to have a business. Because then you're not, you know what I mean? You're taking advantage of the system and not like being getting wrecked by it. But at the same time, right? At the same time, like there has to be a way where we can maintain an autonomy and maintain like our own decision on what we want to do and how we want to do it and shit. And we're not just fucking like corrupting every like layer of society to the point where we're like, you know what I mean? Like, didn't we kill little revolutions and kill people for like a 2% tax increase, like in the past? And now we're just sitting on like however the fuck much we're getting taxed. And we're just like, it is what it is. It's inflation. Like what? Like how are banks getting bailed out by the taxpayers' money and then fucking us over again and then getting bailed out again and then fucking us over again? How is that even happening? Someone explain this, you know?
I don't understand it, bro. Like,
Neither, but it's like someone knows. So how the fuck is it happening? You know.
But the other thing is like there's just people are fucking idiots. I'm an idiot, but I feel like in a certain subset of something, I'm not an idiot. Somewhere out there, you know what I mean? But there's fucking idiots out there, bro. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough subject, bro. Like, there's no easy fix to it. Like a lot of people are now invested in houses. So if you start pulling the rug, you fuck over so many people. And it's all the people that just bought a house.
True.
It's not the people that have 10.
Yeah.
It's the people that just bought a house, which are us.
Yeah.
Right? They've just scraped enough together. They're spending like $2,000 per fucking week on a mortgage, but they're like, yes, I've made it.
And then interest rates go up.
And then fucking Daddy Luxon comes in and goes like, brother, we're going to save the day, brother. Everything's affordable now, you know? Like,
that's
you
true.
Fuck off so many people, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird situation, eh?
I just have this personal thing that, like, you could start like a drop shipping store and start making some money. I mean, like if you put a little bit of time and thought into it, you could like. There's a lot of ways. Like there's like the whole, mainly drop shipping is my main example that you could just start making a little bit of money off. But I find that these easy ways to make money, I don't want my time to go into something that isn't going to add value. It really fucks with me. Like I really value my time and not in an arrogant way. I just feel like if I'm here for like the fucking 80 years or so, I really just want to do something with it, bro. I don't want to just make some fucking green little fucking paper bills. You know what I mean? Like I've denied jobs in the past, which had sizable increases because I was there to do development. I wanted to, like I've had, I work at Rock Lab and I had job offers to be program managers for some sizable projects, as well as like mission managers, all this kind of shit. But it's something that keeps me in the spot where there's just all of this value being added to not just humanity, well, mainly not just to the company, sorry, but to the culture, to space. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think for me, right, because I'm sort of at a place where it's very hard to really find like objective value I'm bringing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a magician. It's like
entertaining.
But like realistically, right? Like, what was the fucking Colosseum used for? It was to like pull wool over people's eyes. Like, oh, your life sucks. Here's some cool shit. You know what I mean? So realistically speaking, like, is entertainment that useful? Is like magic even like I go to gigs and stuff and people go, oh my God, it was so fun. But like you hear it over and over. It's like, yeah, but I'm not doing anything with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like
What
I'm
do you
saving
mean by not doing
I'm not
anything?
fucking, like revolutionizing some like space industry. I'm not doing, you know what I mean? Like that's a pretty easy on paper thing to be like, yeah, I did something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I think at the end of the day, what it really boils down to is like what feels important. Like it doesn't have to be important. It's like what feels important. Because I realized like
fulfillment, right? Like,
right. Like everything that I enjoy doing at the time, even if it's not important, it feels important. Like when I'm super balls deep on a game, like I'm fucking grinding on Slay the Spire to get fucking A20 or whatever.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, bro, like when I get A20, I'll be the fucking man. Like in the moment, it feels really important, right? And so I feel like if you just trade that, whatever that feeling is, for money, and that's not giving you that feeling, then it's just fucked. Like you're actually, your life becomes very like, it's like the whole analogy of like selling your soul. That's when I think you're selling your soul.
The problem is that it's a viable option. You know, like the world fucking revolves around that shit, right? Like, like, and it's terrible being without it.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's also like some people, like maybe they work a shit job so they can like care for their family, and that's what feels important to them, right? So I'm not saying you can't have something attached to the way you create money that makes it feel important. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like you said, if you don't bring value and you're just like trading, like I'm a trader, I just fucking take advantage of the market. It's like, I mean, if it feels like that to you, that's cool. But I don't think I could get that out of it because you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? Like what am I doing? You know?
Yeah, like yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think even that my thought process goes as far as to how I invest my money. Like I invest a decent amount of my income, but it's in companies that I find are making a change, or that I'm just interested in. You know, like things like Airbnb. Like I just like them. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then I also invest in like Toyota because of their like their movement to hydrogen and certain ETFs that cover.
Wait, tell me about that. What's happening with Todor?
Well, they're just going into like a new space of electric vehicle, or like renewable, like clean car. Right.
Well, they're going to run on hydrogen?
Well, yeah, some kind of hydrogen fuel cell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're not using lithium anymore? Or like they're trying
Yeah, they're moving away from it. They're kind of like the Prius kind of. They haven't released anything, I believe, just yet. But yeah, it's I just like that, as well as on top of that, Toyota as a like I consider myself what's called a manufacturing engineer, and an engineer, the title engineer, as an engineer, there's a lot of different kind of disciplines, and you can cross over. Like I've done a lot of crossover. To be honest, bro, I'd love to make like a fucking card, like those little like sports cards where you have like strength, intelligence. I'd love to have like mechanical design, electrical, manufacturing, project management, all that kind of shit. That should
just be your CV, bro.
You know what I mean?
I've thought about this. Like I've thought about.
That's a fucking cool idea, bro.
Yeah, I've just thought about like the most because first of all, I've never had like a proper job. Like I'm always either self-employed, subcontracting,
that's so dope.
Doing some, you know what I mean? Like it's always like COVID was the first time I was like actually on a payroll, like that, you know what I mean?
Oh, is that when you're doing the mask stuff?
Right? Yeah. So I don't have anything to put on my fucking CV, like so I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna, if I'm gonna do a CV, if I ever have to do one, I'm gonna have to be like super creative so it stands out, because otherwise like I'm just gonna look like the shittest cunt out, So I thought about like having like nothing but a big QR code, and it's like a video, and I'm like whatever, or like just like cool little like kind of almost guerrilla marketing ideas, but that's one. If you could fucking make like one of those like rookie playoff like baseball type cards, and it's like your strengths, your weaknesses,
it'll be funny.
Your stats.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool. But yeah, so I guess manufacturing is my strongest suit, I'd say, and project engineering, and Toyota. I'm not sure if you know. I'm not sure if this is general knowledge. Toyota are like the grandfathers of production and manufacturing.
Oh,
they seriously, in the fucking world, the Japanese have like Toyota, and specifically have literally revolutionized the ability to make shit en masse. And we're bringing this kind of shit. We've brought this kind of shit into Rocket Lab. It's incredible. And that's another reason why I like Toyota. And that's why I invest in them. Because they seriously just have a fantastic culture. But yeah.
I've always been keen on them because they seem to never fucking break down.
And yeah. Oh, I buy Toyotas.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I have a Nissan, but like similar kind of idea. It's like, well, it's cheap to fucking repair. Like, you know, these cunts with a BMW
100%.
Breaks down every 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
And then they got to pay like $3,000 for a
learn
part.
to indicate, motherfuckers. Please, just learn to indicate.
Stop double parking, you fucks.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, just yeah. I'm still on the journey, bro. I feel like I've got a good plan for my life. I've got a couple of good ideas of like how I envision myself to add value to the world in some way. Like, I love to be a lecturer, for example. Eventually, so do a PhD, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I try and live my life via that value. I've got a few values in my life which I like. As a young guy, you know, like I think that's you have to be very open. It has to be kind of a live document, always ready to change, that kind of shit, which it has over time. And I think at the moment it's just I want to figure out. I don't want to chase money. I've decided, and it is just how do I bring fulfillment into my life. And I think that's a good way. And so far, it's working. It is working. It's a little bit stressful, you know, because it also means that you're now working in things that you really care about. Yeah. Which kind of fucks with you a little bit. Yeah. Can be very, and I've recently fallen into that a little bit more at work again. And yeah, it can but it's good. Like, it is good. It is good though. Yeah. I mean, I always, that's like one of the things that I've like struggled with going like pro magic. And then sort of like now it's something I have to do. You know what I mean? Like it went from something like I just do for fun whenever I can be fucked to now it's like, oh, it's fucking Friday, 6 p.m. You better start fucking getting ready. Yeah, and then like no matter what it is, like I could have just like been depressed and crying all day. It's like, nah, fucking get the fuck up. And you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Yeah. And it's like, Jesus, you know? So yeah, like it's interesting. But what you said there about fulfillment, I think like that's different to like pleasure, you know? It's like, it's almost like you sacrifice the short term for like, for the long term sort of fulfillment. And like, that took me a little bit of time to figure out because it's like, but I'm not having fun. So what the fuck was the point? And it's like, well, this is the point. Like you just got to kind of keep working, you know? But sometimes it can be tough because it's like, wait, if I don't like what I'm doing right now anyway, why don't I just do some shit that like makes me more money? You know, so the conversation like can easily switch back in your mind. There is also situation. Yeah. And if the situation isn't ideal, bro, you just got to make the most of it. And if that opportunity is make money, and that's the way to get to fulfillment, just have a plan to get there. Yep. Just 10 houses, know what it is, 15 houses. If you don't know what the fuck fulfillment is in your life, just get 20 houses. Try everything. Yeah, get 20. Then you'll find out whether it brings fulfillment. I feel like just try everything you can. But I don't know. Like, I know that it's not as easy as that. Obviously, like, we're very privileged to be able to do that kind of stuff here. Not the whole world can do that kind of stuff. But if you have the opportunity, just fucking, if you don't know if you're gonna like it or not, just try it. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck else? You're just going to be scrolling on fucking Instagram or something anyway, right? Like, get off your fucking ass, stop having a fucking wank, and just go and do some shit, bro, and see if you like it or not. Talk to someone, brother. You know, like... But what if you want to be a professional scroller, G? Well, then suck your mom, bro. Like, you pissed me off, bro. Like, fuck. If it's your passion, don't listen to the haters. But now, to be fair, part of content creation is understanding the platforms you're creating 100%. For. So consuming those platforms can be considered work. Oh no, I'm just market research. Market research. Fuck. I swear to God, titties. Oh shit, market research. I guess I gotta make some content. Yeah, brother. I don't know. It's something that you're battling with. You know, like, money's nice, but I don't know. And then that adventure and putting yourself in I don't know. Being uncomfortable is great. Like, but also, like, when you feel uncomfortable at the time, sometimes when you're not mindful of the situation, it can be like, fuck, like, why am I like this? Like, when you really, like, think of it, like, holistically, you are growing. You know, like if you don't feel comfortable, you are in a period of change. You know,
That's true.
It's a fact.
Mm.
If you're uncomfortable, you are figuring something out.
Yep. It's like homeostasis, right? Like if you're feeling cool, that means nothing's happening. Like, but if you're freezing or warm, then you're probably cooling down or warming up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Has there been a time where you've felt kind of uncomfortable recently, or?
What is this, a fucking therapy session? It sounded like a psychologist question.
Bro,
No.
Like it doesn't have to be anything too crazy, you know what I mean? But like, has there been a change?
Yeah, fucking right now. No.
Yeah, motherfucker. Asking me bitch ass questions.
No. I mean, I think like the transition from 16 to like 25 was pretty jarring, and just in general, you know, fucking getting used to like just even accepting who you are, you know, like accepting, like I used to try to like think about like, oh, if I do XYZ, like what will that get me like socially, you know, or like what will that get me, like, you know what I mean, like will I look cool, like what, you know what I mean? And I realized like, oh, actually, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, ultimately, like, I was doing that from a place of like, I needed attention or I needed love or so I needed acceptance.
Recognition. It's not chasing recognition.
But then you get it, you get the acceptance, you get the recognition. You're like, oh, like, this doesn't do anything. Like, if it doesn't come from me, it doesn't, like, if I feel accepted and then you tell me you accept me, I'm like, oh, cheers. If I don't feel accepted and then you tell me you accept me, I'll be like, oh, thank you so much. And then 3 minutes later, I'll be like, oh, fuck, who else is going to accept me? You know what I mean? So it's all internal anyway. So I think just that journey of like learning to like, oh, like this is actually what I like and this is what I enjoy doing. And so like to try to be someone else doesn't make fucking sense. You've met Ivan. Yeah, you know Ivan, yeah. So growing up, like he was always way more social than I was, like by a huge margin. Like I'm an extrovert too, but not to that degree. Like I don't want to talk to every fucking person in the room. You know what I mean? I don't want to like talk to every stranger I meet. You know?
Yeah.
And so growing up, I remember like always thinking like, oh fuck, like why can't I do that? Like why don't I do that more? Like, you know. And I was always this thing. And then there was a point where I forced myself to do it, and like I got over my like social anxiety part of it or whatever. But then once I fully eradicated that problem, I was like, wait a minute, like I actually don't want to do this. Like the reason why I wasn't doing it wasn't like, yeah, I was scared, but also like I don't actually want to. So now that I can or cannot, I choose not to. But I'm making that choice. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's not because I'm too scared to do it or not do it. So I think like those sort of things, like just coming into terms with who I actually was, I think that was huge.
Do you find that you like, and this is like, I don't know, I tend to put it in a bad way because of the thought process I have personally, but when you think about, I guess your personal philosophy in a way, like, do you find that to find fulfillment and to find like happiness, you need to have other people? Do you need to have connection with other people?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. I think that's a human thing though, surely. Like maybe there's some people that like can just be completely alone, but I think that's a human thing, you know?
Well, I wouldn't say it's like completely alone. Like what I'm kind of getting to is there's this kind of, and I can't say these words properly because they're Greek, but there's Stoicism and Epicureanism.
Okay.
And Stoicism, I'm sure you've heard of, is the being able to accept yourself and being comfortable with the bare minimum and just yourself and want other things. Right. I want to have a partner. I want to have a house. I want to have these things. But if all of that disappears, I will be okay by myself. Right. And Epicureanism is, and again, I can't say it properly, and I've been saying it like that for like 3 fucking years, is the kind of fulfillment comes from being a part of a community and contributing to that community and being together is and that builds something. Which, like, and in terms of like the popularity of, like, obviously the latter is something that has been a lot more popular, and I think it's like what you said just then kind of proves the reason why. And I have subscribed to the former more because of I'm still figuring out why.
Right.
I don't know why. It's a very strange one, but
Yeah. I mean, I just know what motivates me. So I can't speak to like a philosophy that could be applied broadly on a society level, because I just don't.
This
like,
can be personal to you as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
right?
but like, like I'm neurotypical, so it's kind of neurotypical. I'm neurodivergent, so it's pretty hard to
What does that mean?
so it's like ADHD,
Yeah.
some slight autistic traits.
So does it mean they're just like
I'm a bit fucked in the head is the point.
crack 'em? Give me that diagnosis as well, my bro.
Yeah. No. But like, so just like I obviously have an official diagnosis, but also like I've realized over time that the things I took for granted as like, oh, this is how people are. It's like, oh, no. This is actually why you're different, because people don't typically like behave, or like they don't experience this the same way. So there's like a lot of examples. Like one of them could be, like I have a real hard time like keeping like up with friends. Like if I don't see them, I almost like forget to like email them or to, you know what I mean?
Similar,
Yeah. Like, but like this is like always like growing up, I would go to a camp, super cool good friends with this dude. You know, like, yeah, we'll talk after, like we'll keep in touch. Never talk to him again. You know what I mean? But it's like almost like I forget, and then the next time I remember, I'm like, it's been 2 months, like it's just too awkward, you know. And then I just never, you know. So anyway, so it's like out of sight, out of mind. And that happens with like organization stuff. So like I'll fucking put something down and I forget it. I put it down and I'm like, where the fuck is it? And it's like like multiple times a day, I'm just losing shit all the time. And I'm like, bro, how are you guys not losing shit all the time? You know, like people are like, bro, just put it down somewhere and remember where you put it. I'm like, yeah, thanks, genius. You know, like if I could do that, I fucking do it.
100%.
You know, so like there's all these things like that where I'm like, oh, actually that's not normal. You know, or like not like typical. So anyway, for me, I've realized over time, and this is like initially, so a lot of my obsessions, I call them obsessions. They most people would call them passions, but I think mine are like skew this way more, like towards obsession. So most people, when they say I'm passionate about XYZ, you don't think about it all the time. Wake up in the middle of the night, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's not that level. Most people. Anyway, so for me, if I get obsessed with something, I know for a fact that obsession will dwindle if I don't have anyone to like me and Kyle competing about some shit, or me and this like jamming out, or like if I don't have some sort of external input into that like thing, there's no chance that will continue. Like it's never happened once. So within 2, 3, 4 weeks or whatever the fuck, the obsession dies down, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, who gives a fuck, right? But then a lot of my other stuff like magic, jiu-jitsu, classic, right? But like, jiu-jitsu is by itself, like intrinsically, it's external. Like it's, you know, you have to go with other people, you have to be around people. Because I have someone around me to share that like passion with, that obsession with, and I can like obsess with them. It's like a flame that keeps going up, and you know what I mean?
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like for some reason, and I had a chat with someone recently about this, is the fact that doing things with someone else does something.
And that's also like a male thing, eh? Have you heard of that?
Is it really? Yeah.
So they reckon
This person was a female that told me this. But
okay. Well, they reckon that like women hang out like this face to face, whereas guys typically will hang out shoulder to shoulder because they're doing an activity together.
Yeah, right.
So they'll watch a game, or they'll play something, or they go fishing, or so it's like they're like communally in an activity, whereas females like to like talk, you know, which is like, I guess the whole thing is like, wait, so you've been hanging out with him for 8 hours, you don't know what he does for work?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's pretty classic. Hey,
Yeah.
fuck, the amount of times I catch up with some buddies and literally all we've done is just like talk shit about whatever we can besides real life. And
Yeah. And then you go home and then you're like, your partner's like, oh, so who they're dating now? You're like, I have no idea, bro.
Yeah, straight up, yeah. It's fucked, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of changing at the moment in terms of my perspective around that kind of needing other people. It's very strange. It's very strange because, like, for the longest time, at least through engineering and high school and everything, it's been education. education. Education is your first priority, right? And you need to just focus on that. And I've fucking done it beautifully. Fucking beautifully. I've fucking noticed, well, barely any distractions. I've done very well, but I come out of it and I have this like, I don't depend on people ever, you know, for some reason. And I've recently started feeling like maybe that isn't a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think I'm gonna be trying to see what it feels like to actually rely on people, which is kind of a strange thing because I read about like stoicism and like mainly just I read recently this book called Letters of a Stoic from a guy called Seneca.
I've heard of that book.
Yeah, he was a guy in the Roman Empire around when Cicero or Nero was around, which is a Roman emperor, and he, I don't even know, like he kind of explains a lot about stoicism, about the need to not need anyone but be yourself, and go through a month every couple of years where you live on the street and just like really radical shit. But I don't know, man. Like, as you said, like one of the first things you said was that human nature surely requires other thing. And I think we are social animals. And I don't know. And I feel like...
Think about this. In prison, punishment is keeping you away. This is a Joe Rogan bit, so I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to make it a bit. But punishment is keeping criminals away from other fucking criminals.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the greatest thing? Like, get me the fuck away from the other criminals. No. That's punishment. That's the whole. That's like you did something bad. You're by yourself for a while, and it's like, yeah, like, you know.
But it's different though, because you're still with people and you can want to be with them, but you need to be fine by yourself. Yeah, it's a strange one. But like, just change topic. Have you done anything about your stand-up stuff? Have you jumped up on stage at all since the last time we talked? Because I remember you mentioning that you were gonna try.
Nah, I don't think I have what did I do? I did something.
Have you been writing at all or doing anything?
Oh, no. I did a little skit. I had a cool couple funny bangers with the Trump thing. I don't know if you
No.
Did you see that? No, okay. I put a reel. Basically when he got shot, you know, I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? You got Trump over here. We got literally like an ex-president dodging headshots. You know, it's like a fucking COD lobby, bro. This guy's dodging headshots. The other guy's been dead the whole round. Like, what the fuck's happening, bro? He's running against the corpse. Like, what's going on? You know, I just went on and on and on. And then like literally 3 days later, Biden drops out of the election.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, he saw my reel. He saw my reel.
He's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Motherfucker
Eduard
getting
Todor
shot.
talked about me on. Nah, I'm out, bro.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck,
You know,
bro.
so-
Fuck, I'll drop out too. Damn, motherfucker's getting shot now. Damn, I wasn't here for that.
He's getting shot virtually, physically, everything.
Yeah. Fuck.
But that was crazy though.
Bro, like,
What the fuck? Like okay, genuinely, I was like, I believe in like the simulation theory, like 15% more now. Like as soon as I saw that, I was like, we might be in a like, you know what I mean? I'm not like, I don't know, so I don't fucking know.
Why 15?
I don't know. I'm just putting a number on it.
Yeah,
But-
sure, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like imagine that, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
Like,
Bang.
we're gonna be doing like 10
Bang.
reps of Trump headshot slips,
Bang.
you know?
Dodge the assassin.
It's like a Floyd Mayweather type shit.
Bang.
Bro,
I'm
that's
just gonna
crazy.
be looking at shit the whole time. Man.
That's crazy.
What if they put like the teleprompter over there or whatever the fuck, just like on the opposite direction? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it could have
So
been
strange,
it could have been Kennedy
I
all
don't
over
know,
again.
and, like, I don't know if that shit can be faked, because fuck, imagine being like on the stage and like not just doing like this and just freaking out about like, okay, we're staging the shit. I gotta sit still.
Yeah.
Bang. Oh,
I'm not saying it
my
was stage. I'm saying
No, I
like,
know you're not, but
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
thinking there's a lot of thoughts about that, right?
I thought that too, and then I was like, as soon as he pulls his hand away, I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like a fucking hole in his ear, bro.
Yeah,
Like
actually, I don't know about it. Maybe it's. I don't know.
it could be, but like they wouldn't
didn't
actually shoot at like, you know what I mean? Like that was
What
too
if they
close
didn't
of a
shoot?
shot.
I don't know.
It was too close of a shot. So
What if it wasn't a shot? What if it was just like, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was live. That's another thing.
Mm.
Like if it was like somehow, you know, shot in a studio and then they somehow had time to do it in post, like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But it was live, you know? And then fucking the guy got killed. So someone got murdered. like, you know, whether or not the guy actually tried to shoot Trump or not, you know, so he got killed. So I don't know. But either way, like I'm assuming it was real. And like he took a fucking shot, and no one like they looked at the kid and he's like, "Ah, this guy's not going to do anything."
This is data. I feel like we look back on this episode 2 years, and we're just gonna be cracking up like these motherfuckers didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
You reckon it's a bigger conspiracy?
I don't know. Not know about the conspiracy, but just like shit's just evolved.
Yeah. Well, I mean, AI's fucking who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years.
Straight up.
Like it could be like we get on full universal basic income. No one has to work anymore. It's all about bringing value. It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Like, the thing is, like, creativity is still a thing that humans do better than AI in terms of like, you know, not in terms of art, but in terms of like is the AI just going to think of everything in that is ever possible? I don't think that's like humans still have the ability to just come up with an idea. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna make a camera stand that is like has 17 legs for some reason, and like you know like something like that. Like a fucking like why isn't AI gonna do that? You know what I mean? Like, or we're gonna I don't know. There's like different engines that are coming through. Like there's this thing called like a rotation detonation engine. Like who the fuck thought about using a detonation as a propulsion method? Is an AI just gonna go like out of like they're gonna look at our current liquid propulsion capabilities and just go like, okay, beep beep boop, I'm gonna start this brand new engine type, based off absolutely zero, like just the fundamentals of physics and maths. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I wish I could.
I wish I could. This, bro, because I bet you I'm gonna get fucked up because I bet you they just come up with some random shit. We're gonna go fucking like light speed tomorrow. You know, like fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could really name this concept. There's like some philosophical idea of like whether or not human creativity is like actually creativity, or is it just like a amalgamation of experiences, of previous experiences that are coming out in a different pattern, which is kind of what AI is doing, right? So I guess the question is this: is AI the language, the whatever the fuck the acronym is, the language learning model thing, right? Fucking yeah, whatever. Is that just a very, very simple version of us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is our neurons just doing that exact thing, right? Like a decentralized network that keeps record of what's been going on and then amalgamates it.
This thing wasn't around a couple 100,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's ever previous experience to chuck this motherfucker together. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess, but it's more about like you combine like 1 + 1 to equal 2, and then you combine 1 + 2 to equal 3.
It's not Minecraft, bro. It's not like I'm putting two sticks together.
I understand what you're saying.
Stone, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is like there are these breakthroughs, right? Like fucking fire. The first time someone made fire, right? Like
Prometheus.
Right. But okay, so let's say the first time someone made fire is just some dude rubbing sticks a very particular way. People were rubbing sticks before that point. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean.
Fire, fucking clapping cheeks, fire. Well, straight up.
There we go. Friction is friction, baby.
Friction is friction.
Anyway, there wasn't any lube back then, you know.
Hey, opa.
But anyway, so I'm saying it's like maybe it's some sort of thing of like that, right? Where you have these, super smart dudes that are like taking on information of everything that's ever been and being like, wait, why hasn't someone thought of electricity or whatever the fuck? And then it comes out with a light bulb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe that's how the actual creative process is happening. Or maybe it's completely different and AI can never reach what we do, which would be kind of cooler in a way.
But the thing is, I think AI, I don't know. It's like, man, I have no fucking clue. I don't know the limits of AI, bro. Like,
I have no idea.
Like,
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think anyone knows.
I just don't think AI is going to be out here just generating fucking ideas all the time. And then, because there's just so many possibilities. Like, just like one of the most stupid things that I fucking hate is probability. Because probability also like stipulates that I have a fucking 0.00 times 10 to the negative fucking X chance of combusting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so many things that could happen.
And let's not talk about fucking what is it? What's the fucking superpositions calculating? What is it? No, it's
Like quantum.
yeah,
stuff?
quantum mechanics and shit, right? Like where it's like some other I don't even understand. I won't even go there because I know I don't understand anything.
I like this. I don't.
but I know that it's like, oh, you can calculate where it might be, but then once you calculate it, that's where it is.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That shit's fucked.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. One day I'll step into that realm, but right now, no, I'm in pretty fundamental mechanics and electronics. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited for AI because of being able to accelerate things that we have thought about, medicine, gene editing.
Oh,
like
that's gonna
cancer,
be huge. Yeah,
mainly like,
mapping the human brain.
Bro, the thing that fucking fucks with me the most in this world is cancer, bro. You know, like that shit fucks with me, and I really hope AI finds a way to like figure out like because there's so many different types, you know, and they'll find a way to do something about it. Eh? That's like
low key though. There's too much profit in it. Low key though. People making too much money off the cancer industry and low key though. But
that's another argument, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is fair, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, eventually, shit's got to change.
Yeah.
Shit's got to change.
Yeah. Well, let's right here, right now, we're gonna change it.
You think
we're
so?
curing cancer, baby. You heard it here first.
Yeah, baby. You know, my barber, every time I go in, he's just like, oh, it's the fucking rocket scientist. What's up, rocket scientist? Daps me up, bro. He's the Polynesian guy. I love him. And then he goes like, "Oh, have you cured cancer yet, brother?" I'm like, "Brother, you know I launch rockets." He's like, "Why are you launching rockets, bro? Like, you should be doing something that is useful." And I'm like, "Rah, come on." And he has like this. He has this fucking debate with me about like, why are we doing rockets? Why are we putting energy and money into this kind of stuff? And I'm like, brother, because like it has knock-on effects. It gives us access to different things. You know, like GPS is great for like environmental reasons, as well as for like safety, like just like quality of life, like GPS, all this kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, brother, but wouldn't it be better if you put your brain cells into like some cancer research or something? I'm like, brother, I mean, that's fair, but the thing is,
it would take me another 10 years.
Yeah,
but like,
well, I mean, like I could have done it, bro, but like, it's not my passion or all that kind of shit. But yeah, I think it's funny. But AI is surely fucking AI, please, bro, please.
All right, so since we're on the topic of like, you know, breakthrough technologies, aliens. All right. So one theory. Okay, first of all, we'll talk about the fucking the current shit where it's a semi-current now, but the UAP. Did you see that? The UAP guy that was like releasing some.
Is this recent?
The whistleblower guy. He was like, that's like 6 months ago or something.
6 months? No, I haven't.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a dude in the White House that was some CIA guy. And now he's coming out, he's a whistleblower, and he's like, oh yeah, we got all these documents, but like he's trying to get them like cleared so that people can see them.
It's like a Bob Lazar type dude, or?
Yeah, but this guy, Bob Lazar, this guy seems more credible. Like he was even higher up.
Than Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
Bro,
because
really?
Bob Lazar was like one of the engineers or something, right? Like he was one of the guys where this guy was like, he handle the documents. He saw the paper trail. He knows what's going on, and he went to the I don't know how their system works there, but he went to the fucking judges and shit and was like, "Yo, like release these documents." And something happened. COVID happened. We haven't heard shit from them, so I don't know what's going on.
So why COVID happened?
I don't know. No, I'm saying like there was a bunch of like drama at around the same time. I think this might have been like it started in COVID times and it kind of trickled on, and then people kind of just didn't hear about it because there was other shit going on. 24-hour news cycle and all that. But so I don't know if that's legit. But one of the theories is that like aliens came down once the nukes were, you know, like Hiroshima, and once the nuclear testing was going on, they're like, oh, okay, these monkeys are fucking tripping.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe AI is like the second point where, you know, it's like, oh, okay, this is too much now. Like, you know, the Fermi paradox, all these things. Where the fuck are the aliens? Where are these cunts? That's my question to you.
Well, just to like go back a bit there with the nuclear thing, I think that coincides with also the humans' kind of revolution into sensing technology. You know?
Yeah, that's a good
you know
point.
what I mean? Like it
Very
starts,
good point.
I don't think it maybe indicates an actual like, oh, because we got nukes now. Like, I don't know though. I'd like
and to support your argument, a lot of these, a lot of the data we have on these unidentified objects are around military bases, which is where the sensing technology exists.
in America and all this kind of shit.
Yeah,
where
so
all the military shit is.
yeah.
Fuck, where are the aliens? I don't fucking know, brother. Like, to be fair, like.
Don't fucking lie to me. You know, bro. You know,
brother. I got a friend that like he always tries to get like information out of me. He's like, I know you're CIA, brother. I know you're CIA. And then he asks me questions, and I pretend to get caught out by them. And he's like, oh, so XYZ. He's like, oh, so has what kind of magnetosphere have you? Or like, I don't know, brother. He comes up with all this kind of random shit, and I just pretend to like go along with it. I'm like, oh yeah, so actually, yeah, this thing happened, and blah blah. Oh shit, no, I can't be saying this. Brother, I can't be saying this.
But you're fucking up as high, bro.
And he goes like, damn. Why can't you be saying that, baby? I got you. And I'm like, damn, you got me, bro. Damn. And then, yeah, he just fucking has a good time about it, eh? But, yeah, because we had like the moon mission, right? And the whole moon landing thing is a big hoo-ha. And like we didn't put cameras on our satellite to go to the moon. They got pulled off because we had mass budget, just didn't allow it.
Right.
And I always kind of like roll it into like, yeah, we didn't have mass budget. NASA told we didn't have mass budget. You know what I mean?
We could have put a GoPro on there, bro.
You know what I mean?
Just out of
we had to take that GoPro off, baby, because it's mass, baby. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he's like, damn, that shit's fake, bro.
Rocket Lab's
anyway,
fake.
bro, sorry, I'm just talking
shit.
I'm just talking shit. I don't know, wait, like the Bob Lazar stuff really fucks with me, like in terms of what he gets out of it versus like what he talks about. He talks about seeing these things. What he's gotten out of like whistleblowing about is purely just he says he does it for safety. He hasn't gotten money from it. He seems like a pretty credible engineer. He has a laboratory which doesn't benefit off any of the things he said. If anything, he's just get hounded more about it, which kind of fucks with me a little bit. You know what I mean? There's no real reason. He comes up with ideas that like, oh, there's these certain scanners of your hand, bone structure and shit that he said back in when he first came out. And then when the SR-71 was declassified, in the corner of one of the pictures was this fucking hand thing that he described back like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And that kind of shit fucks with me a little bit, bro. So I haven't seen aliens. I'm sorry to say, my bro. I apologize. Like, I'll tell you. I swear to God, I'll tell you.
No, you fucking wouldn't. No, you fucking wouldn't.
The problem is, bro, you don't know shit, eh? You don't know if I'm fucking trained on this shit, eh?
Exactly.
No
media
clue.
trained, baby. Media trained.
Media trained, baby.
Bro, if they're training you if they're media training their employees in New Zealand, I would be surprised.
Oh, chill, brother. I'm media trained, eh? Yeah,
TV1, TVNZ. Is that why you did?
TV,
yeah,
bro,
they're trading Nickelodeon channel.
But I don't know. I like obviously again going back to the statistics. There's aliens out there. There has to be. Have they come here? Obviously, no solid evidence. There's been like weird sightings, like the Bob Lazar shit. Maybe the guy that you're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised, and I also don't really give a fuck if they have been. I don't give a fuck because I need them to pull up properly, you know what I mean? Like until they pull up properly and just say like hello, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If we can get access to some, the other scary thing, and this is something that I think was mentioned somewhere, is that if we're fucking around with these spacecraft that we don't know what they do, it's like a monkey coming across a derelict nuclear reactor and like pulling open a fucking nuclear cell and not knowing that he's getting blasted with radiation. You know what I mean? Like whatever kind of shit. Because Bob Lazar kind of mentions shit like gravity manipulation, which if you stand underneath the craft, like you can't see it because the light bends around it, right? And there's no inertia. So inertia is when you put the brakes on the car and you go, whoop.
Yeah.
There's none of that. You put the brakes on the car and you feel nothing.
They need to also describe like almost like what a magnetic field would be, but without metals. So like you're trying to push yourself
Yeah, I
towards
think so.
the middle, and you like literally cannot touch
Yeah,
it.
something about the propulsion system.
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
But there's stuff like that. Like, fuck, I don't know what
Mm.
what kind of bullshit we could be doing with that.
Mm.
This is a lot of energy, and energy is scary, bro. Energy is freaky. It's what fucks people up, obviously.
So here's my thinking, right?
What fucks people up?
Here's my thinking as a fucking magician
Yeah.
and a jujitsu guy. So fucking completely unqualified. I feel like the aliens either are so advanced that they sent probes, basically, like the same way we'd seen a fucking rover with no people on it, no fucking aliens on it, right? Maybe that's what Bob Lazar fucking saw. Maybe there was something happened. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, we weren't able to deconstruct it. We weren't able to reverse engineer it. Because if we were, you think Putin would be fucking up Ukraine with some crazy shit right now? You think the United States is the only ones that fucking found something?
No, absolutely.
Surely not, right? So I'm just saying, like, we would have seen some sort of technology in the wars and stuff like that.
The problem is Ukraine isn't really that. Well, I don't know shit. I don't know shit, but I don't think Ukraine has that kind of technology though.
Not from the Ukrainians. I mean, I'm saying like the Russian side. Like they've been hemorrhaging money and
why
people.
Why would they use that on a state that doesn't really have that kind of stuff? Where they could.
Well, because they're still fucking fighting and they're just like losing. Like it's pretty economically taxing, is what I'm saying, right? Because they're getting sanctioned. Well, I mean, maybe not now, but they were for a while. I don't know if they still are. Might be.
Probably. Definitely.
Yeah. But there's like so the Saudis filled up the spot that the there's a lot of workarounds, right? Like a lot of other actors are ending up supplying them instead of the United States or other stuff. So they're getting sanctioned, but they're not getting sanctioned. You know what I mean? So what we see in this war is like a lot of drones because they're the most cost effective, fucking easy to use. Like there's literal fucking high school kids in a fucking basement just like launching drones at cunts. Like, and that's the current meta, you know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, if you could just, bend light and shit because you had this tech, like you would use it. You would use it,
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
That's my, but then again, like the United States isn't, I don't know. So who knows? Maybe it's like, maybe they're the only ones that got it. And if that's the case, then fuck, it's going to be wild when they actually bust it out. The second option is that there's some cross-dimensional tech that you can fucking, go in and out of these time zones. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they're not from this dimension and they can just sort of dip their toes and go back out.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, that doesn't mean anything because I don't understand physics. So whatever that means, yeah? Like whatever the fuck that means.
I think the most likely situation we're going to come across is an alien race that has created AI or something similar and has sent out probes that are unmanned to a lot of different places that can self-replicate. And it's eventually come to us. And we pick it up and we see it, and it has the ability to transport itself, so it has some sort of.
Bro, this is a literal book. I don't know if you've read this.
Oh, really?
Oh man.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, they're most likely non-existent anymore. The people who made that are probably long gone. So there's just these self-replicating things. Right?
So there is, this fucking. I wish I could name the author, but We Are Many, or We Are Many, I think it's called. It's like real sci-fi fucking hardcore shit. The first book is worth reading. After that, it's just like, so
it's like Jam.
A guy don't like he has like an insurance policy where he's gonna get cryo-freezed if he dies, gets in an accident, gets cryo-freezed, and then wakes up like hundreds of years later or whatever the fuck.
Futurama.
Yep. And like they've somehow put his consciousness into an AI, created an AI out of his own consciousness, so he's no longer in his body, and they're like putting him in different robots and shit, and he's like looking around like using these robots as his body, and then eventually they're like, oh, like the world is at war, we need to send you out, like you're the last hope for humanity, all the shit. Put him in a rocket. He now is the rocket because he's an AI controlling the rocket, so he literally is the rocket, and goes to space and multiplies, and then he has multiple like versions of himself, and he's communicating between there's like literal there's so much distance between the fucking AI versions that they have to like communicate would lag because it's like light
Of
years
course,
away and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Anyway, it's a whole thing. But after book 1, it just becomes them communicating with themselves and communicating with monkeys on planets and shit. And I'm like, okay, this is getting too crazy. But the initial concept was fucking sick because it's like, oh man, like that's kind of like doable. You know what I mean? Like it's not doable, but I could see that happening.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. It's a
100%.
pretty interesting book. Like I don't think it's well written. I don't know. It's not like a good read.
Have you
know
read
what I
it?
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's not a good read, but it's like cool concepts. You know?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are kind of what was it in the 90s?
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah.
I love those books, man.
Yeah, like
They're
real hardcore sci-fi
they're really
shit.
like roughly cut sci-fi though, right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like there's a time machine book about like, I can't even describe it. But yeah, I love those kind of. old
Speaking
books,
of time and not being able to describe shit, have you seen the show Lost?
yeah, I've tried.
Okay.
I have
Fair,
tried,
fair,
bro.
fair.
It's
So,
fucked.
We were not expecting
It's
that.
fucked.
We were not expecting that. We were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let's watch this survival show on an island. That's cool. And then like season 2, 3, or whatever the fuck, it's like, oh, this is like time skipping and going back and going forward and going,
man.
what the fuck is like?
I didn't get past season 2, bro.
Oh,
to be
okay,
fair,
okay.
like,
To be fair, the first season was like the one that hooks
It
you.
was
you
good.
know? Yeah.
it was good.
But I was just like, I didn't expect the time dilation, all these universe parallel shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So it was kind of crazy, but I enjoyed it. We both watched it. We finished it.
You know what? I'm gonna watch some Lost, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta try it out.
Let's go. I will say, like the last season gets a bit slow, but by that point you're so invested, you want to actually know what happened, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Is there like a good end to it, or? I heard that it gets pretty shit.
Yeah, I mean, they sort of have to tie all these, like, you know, it's like, oh, this is what happened. It's like, okay, yeah, fair. Like, you sort of expect them to tie those knots in the way they do.
Yeah.
But it's worth watching season 3,
Is
4,
it now?
5. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
it's the 6 is towards the end, it gets a bit, yeah, it's like, okay, fair enough,
Oh, let's
whatever.
get it going.
But yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Because like you don't expect, like, I never heard of it before. So I'm like, oh, okay, like survival on an island, cool. Like, you know,
100%.
yeah. And then it just like switches it on you.
Yeah, man. I fucking It's one of those classics as well,
Yeah.
right? That I have to hit. It's like Breaking Bad and
yeah,
Don't Kill Me, bro.
yeah.
I haven't fucking watched it either, bro.
That's pretty okay. Watch Breaking Bad first.
I've watched Game of
I
Thrones.
think it's a better one.
I've
Yeah.
watched. What else is it? Like,
Breaking Bad, Game of
fuck.
Thrones.
Yeah, what else is like classic? Like, there's
Classics.
Friends. There's How You Met Your Mother, Seinfeld.
I mean, those are like classic.
Yeah, like I've watched all of Seinfeld.
Vikings. Have you seen Vikings?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's pretty good. I haven't finished it, but it's like first season. Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's not been very available in New Zealand though, eh? Like,
Oh, okay. But you haven't seen any
No,
of
I
it.
haven't
Okay,
seen it.
listen to me. Okay, you watch the first, and everyone watching this, you watch the first Walking Dead episode, the pilot.
yeah.
If you don't like it, stop watching. It is the best first episode of any show I've ever seen.
Really?
100%. Like, I'm like 100%.
Fuck.
Okay. That also gets whacked towards the end, but it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
it's a classic zombie fucking story. You want to know how they survive initially. You don't care about like the settlements and shit afterwards. The initial part is what matters, you know? Same with the
100%.
fucking Lost thing, you know? It's like once
Yeah.
they survive the island and then you figure out how they get food, it's like, all right, you know?
100%, man. Yeah. Fuck. I have to jump into Stone. Have you watched You like Star Wars?
Yeah, like
Well,
it's,
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is like the animated series.
oh, okay.
Surprisingly,
Really?
fantastic. If you like Star Wars and you like the fan kind of like if you just want to see some crazy shit happening, bro, man, like the most recent movies and shows have been seriously iffy. I haven't watched most of them, but that Clone Wars, bro, it's fucking yeah, please, bro, please. Do you mind? Can we take a bathroom break?
Absolutely.
Is that possible?
Absolutely. Yep, go for
Is
it.
that okay?
So after this point, things get a little bit unhinged. If you are interested in hearing our ramblings, leave us a comment. Let us know, and we might make that happen for you. Until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please follow us and subscribe and do all that good stuff, and I'll leave you with one more magic trick.
We'll see.
All
what
right,
happens.
let me do some shit. I feel like we're sufficiently lit to do some shit.
Magnificent.
Do you like hearts or diamonds?
Diamonds, bro. Actually,
Diamonds.
no, fuck that. I take it back. I'm
Ooh, you're taking it back. Your
hearts,
hearts.
bro.
Hearts for life?
Hearts for life, bro.
Oh, shit.
Lover.
You're a lover, not a
Not a-
money maker.
Not
a money
maker,
lover.
bro. That's it.
All right. Well, I'll give you the heart then. How about that? I don't know if I have a full deck I'm working with, so I'm struggling here. Oh yeah, okay, I have these. Okay, I'll give you. How about that? I'll give you the heart.
That is my card.
That is not your card. Your card is the ace. The ace of hearts.
Yes.
Can you go like this for me? Cool. And just at the edge there. So if I ask you now, further back, yeah, there you go. Is that on camera? Thumbs up. Yeah, cool. All right. So if I ask you now, what card are you holding?
Should I guess or look at it?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna say it's the Ace of Hearts.
If it's a diamond, that'd be good though, right?
That would be good.
Check. You can show the camera. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking. So look, I have the diamond. You have the heart, right? So
Okay.
what the hustlers will do is they'll come in. They switch it twice, really quick, right? 1, 2, right? So without looking, do you have hearts or diamonds? What you got?
I feel
Mm-hmm.
in terms of my physical sensation, I have a heart.
If it's a diamond, that'd be good though, right?
That would be good.
Flip it.
Fuck off.
No.
Okay.
yeah. All right, I was checking. All right, so look, slow motion looks like this. They go in, they steal it from the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And now they distract you. They'll say, where would you say is the heart? Is it on top or is it on bottom? The heart, top or bottom?
Heart is on top.
Okay. If the heart was on bottom and not on top, right? So if the heart was on bottom, diamond was top.
Yeah.
That would be pretty good, right? Because
It
you were
would be.
holding on the whole time. You checked both cards. There shouldn't be a way for me to manipulate what you're holding.
No. Do I look at it?
Yeah.
So top.
Other one?
What the fuck? That's fucked up, bro. That's actually fucked. What do you mean, bro? Like, okay, bro. Something's happened, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's actually fucked me up. I don't know how the fuck.